There's a lot I want to talk about, man. I don't remember how much you've done. I don't know what you've done after, because I know you did more than me in some aspects. I know you got more sages, wills than I did. I only found, I think, is there 20 in the game? How many? How many are there? Do you know?
Yeah, there's 20. Yeah, there's 20 because
I
you can upgrade everybody.
I found 9, I think, and then I stopped caring.
So honestly, bro, I think I got like 8 of them, and then I just googled the rest of them, right? Because I was like, fuck that.
I'd probably end
I
up
was like,
doing
I'm
that
not.
if I go looking for them. The only thing that I completely did was get all the shrines and light quests. So I
Big
got
in Tokyo.
the
I
outfit of
wanna be
Kuro
big in
and the
Tokyo.
Asuna outfit.
Big in Tokyo.
If you saw
I
that.
wanna
I
be
like that
big in
outfit. I
Tokyo.
saw it. I have it.
Big in Tokyo.
But
I
his
wanna be big in
but the hero
Tokyo.
that saved Hyrule
Big in
years
Tokyo.
before was
I
Azuna.
wanna be
Was
big
the
in
Hyrule.
Tokyo.
So does that mean
Drink
the
all the
spirit of the
sake I
hero
want.
was the same as
Read all the
Azuna?
manga I want. Wear all the bape that I
But
want.
it's not.
I
Buy
think
all the
so.
J's
We
that
can
I
talk. We
want.
can talk about
Be
that.
with any girl that
What's
I
interesting
want.
about it is
Drive
I'd
any car
argue
that I
that
want.
Wind Waker
I'm
Link
always
was
out
not
of the
supposed to be
country.
the hero
I'm
at the end of
sorry
the
if I
day.
ain't home. If the money ain't calling, I
He
never
tried to
answer
save
my
his
phone.
sister.
You
So
can
it's
see
not
the flow in my
great per
chakra.
se, but it's
All we
interesting.
smoke is homegrown. You know the boy love
Yeah, and
ramen.
it also
Probably sipping on me, so I know a spot that has shield.
just
I got a
off of
spot
Wind
that
Waker
has deals.
in itself.
Wait
Like
till I get a
Tears of the
kimono.
Kingdom is pretty
I'ma swag it out in my dojo. Some
storyline
girls are
harmony.
asking for a photo.
So
I
in
guess this
this
happens in
place,
Kyoto.
you never
When
know
you
like
young
if
and popping
any
in
hero
Kyoto.
comes.
I
You know what I
ball with
mean?
all of my
So like
nakamas. I
the
dance
ancient
with
hero
all
could
of
have been the
my
very first one.
nakamas. I drink with all of my nakamas, yeah.
You said 3 streams in one
I
day.
only
Yeah, I
listen
know.
to
I
Cole.
know. Who am
I
I?
touch down
Also,
with
I don't want to
peas.
initiate.
Hiro isekai, shinara irekai. You are my enemy.
This
You are
discussion
no
is
friend of
long.
me. You covered in jealousy. We only drink Hennessy.
Bro, we had this out for months.
Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in
I'm not gonna
Tokyo.
be on camera. I'm
Big in
ugly and tired.
Tokyo.
Alright.
I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. When I got money, you know it. When you got money, you blow it.
One, like what you're
How
saying
much you
about
caught
that,
me a
but
rollie?
him
I'm living like Zach and Cody.
having as
Like
much
from young
presence
in the
like in the main story.
OG. From
I think
young we
that's
learned to maneuver. I pick up and skirt in a
tons
Uber.
of
I grew up
the
with
choices
killers
they
and
made. You can
shooters.
tell that
No
there's a
tell, but I
story. You
think I'm
always go somewhere.
cooler.
It has to be
I used
told
to
as if
sleep
it's the
with a
first
deuce
time you've been
deuce.
there.
I'm the moon god, got the juice juice. You switching
So like
sides like the
they
man
didn't add
Bruce.
any other
Tight
cutscenes
circle,
that would
cut the loose ends. Know I
expand
can
out
go
what
on
he was actually
vacation.
doing.
You cannot escape from the
But like
matrix.
also in this
I
game,
wrote
he
all
was
this
only
shit in
doing
the
like
basement. Art is my new occupation. Let's meet up at Kennedy Station. I've been at studio all day. I'd rather just make it the hard way. Sitting back while I'm looking up. Remember backyards cooking up. I just wanna be big. I wanna be
I
big.
think more scenes.
Big in Tokyo.
Actually,
I
not
wanna
more
be
scenes,
big in
more scenes
Tokyo.
of
Big in Tokyo.
like if they
I
would
wanna
have
be
shown like
big in
Kirby,
Tokyo.
I would actually like
Big in
that one
Tokyo.
too.
I wanna be big in Tokyo. Big in Tokyo. I wanna be big in Tokyo. Drink all the sake I want. Read all the manga I want. Wear all the bait that I want. Buy all the J's that I want. Be with any girl that I want. Drive any car that I want.
I'm pussy.
Drive any car that I want.
He said, "Damn again." Yeah, I'm back. They never seen me stream this much in in their lives. Well, I've streamed longer in one stream, but I've never done like 3 different ones. Like I actually would have done a YouTube stream as well today if my channel wasn't still strike, but my strike is removed tomorrow. So tomorrow I can be back. But let's get it. Welcome, welcome. My third stream of the day. I appreciate y'all coming through. This is gonna be a Zelda discussion that's long overdue with the only other person I know that loves Zelda as much as I do, my boy Alan. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
People want to
I'm
know how
good,
you
bro. How
doing.
about you?
I can't complain. Like my grandma always says, still breathing. Still breathing. So me and him have both completed Tears of the Kingdom. We're big Zelda fans. We've pretty much played and or beaten the majority of the games from what I know, recall, and remember. Like I beat all of them. I even played Link's Crossbow Training. So we're gonna talk about all things Legend of Zelda today. And part of the reason that I wanted to do it is because I think my opinion of this game hasn't necessarily lowered, but so where's Bao at? Tell him to slide. Find him. I'll do another one if anything, because I wanted Glam to be here too, but I just wanted to get these thoughts off because I'll forget. And I had the chance today. I was in a streaming mode and mood, and I'm kind of I hit my stride, so I just felt like a good time to do it. But I ended up dropping Tears of the Kingdom to my third favorite game of the year, and this is not any indictment on the game itself. It's just that those two games that I played, Chained Echoes and Seas of Stars, are very special. I promise you, they're worth everyone's time. They're special, but I want to talk about the good and bad of this game, and I'm this month I'm planning to do a lot of lists, top 30 manga, anime, waifus, MCs, comics, games, all of those, all of that. And when I said I'm not putting Breath of the Wild and Tears of Kingdom on the list, so I had to think which one I wanted to put on first, and I ended up picking Breath of the Wild, and I'll explain that all in due time. But having like in retrospect, having like fictional weapons too. Yes, fictional weapons, right? And rivals of Aether. What about rivals? But yeah, in retrospect and in hindsight, has anything about the game changed to you? Haven't thought about it after beating it in a while. I don't know if you watched any videos or read any theories. Have anything about the game been elevated or gone down in your opinion at all, or you're about the same?
I'm pretty much about the same. I will say that I don't have the same urge to replay Tears of the Kingdom as I did with Breath of the Wild. Like after I beat Breath of the Wild, I wanted to constantly keep going back to it and like doing more speed, like doing more things.
I did a master mode run. Yeah, hero mode run.
Yeah, and like with Tears of the Kingdom, it's like I try to play it now. It's like I do one thing and I just put it down. And I don't really know what the reasoning for that is, but yeah, that so I'm out of the honeymoon phase at this point, but
Alan? Yeah, I know he's at work. He's on the road. He might have cut out for a second. He'll be back. Um, I'll give my take. Mine hasn't like certain things have been elevated and certain things have not been elevated and certain things stayed the same. Like he said, honeymoon phase was over, and I'm a real like you have to understand. Like I really love Zelda. Like it's not a joke. Like I really love this franchise. Like it's done a lot for me from a very young age. I mean, I'm just waiting for Tears of the Kingdom Master Mode. Well, we did hear from Aonuma today we're not getting DLC. Master Mode would be cool though, but I find myself having the same problem. Like I'll turn on Tears of the Kingdom, and there's many things for me to still do. Find some sages' wills. I haven't explored every single cave, but I'll be honest. I only wanted the Booble Gems to get the Mystic Armor. That's it. Once I got that, I stopped caring. But I would definitely go and go and explore the caves because I honestly, tell me what you think about this. I think they should have picked one or the other. Have that intricate because there's some intricate caves. That one in Lookout Landing that leads to Hyrule Castle is crazy with the blue rocks and everything. There's a lot to do there. Like a lot of those caves have a lot to do. I think they should have chosen to have the cave system or the depths. I think both were too much.
I see what you like. They had to split the resources between them. I agree. Actually, I think honestly, I think they should have limited what the depths were and like made it mostly a cave system, but they should have made the cave system a lot bigger and a lot more connected. So like, you know how the depths are, where like there's holes in the depths where you can go in, like you can go into the depths from like the Great Plateau and then come out all the way in fucking in Hebra region.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the cave system itself should have been.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Omar said I guarantee I've done 10% of the total side quests in this game. I did a lot of side quests, but I wouldn't be surprised if I only did like 40%. Because I heard there's 250 side quests. I don't think I did that many. I would argue I did about maybe 80 side quests. And I definitely, for the first, I did not care about Korok seeds. I planted them all over the screen, but I just did not care. Like I just wish that didn't come back. Which did something else to get
Oh yeah,
to get weapons.
I didn't do that shit either.
I appreciate that when
Just
you
can't be
bring them
bought.
to the other one, you get 2, but you should give me 3 and 4, or maybe I would have done
Yeah.
more of them.
Let
Okay,
me
so it's here.
rescue one and just give me my whole stash.
But I want to start positive. So before I get into anything that I want to critique, so I want to start positive. Um, First thing I want to say about Tears of the Kingdom is I guess this is not a positive, but it's kind of a neutral. I like the story so much better than Breath of the Wild story for the most part, because Ganon is involved, and I feel like Zelda's at its best when you have the trio of Zelda, Link, and Ganon. That's just classic traditional Zelda to me. It just always feels right. And this is the first time. I guess I don't know if people count Yuga Ganon. I don't. But this is the first time we've seen Ganon since Twilight Princess. No, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
It's been a
is.
long, long time since we've seen Ganondorf, bro. Which is kind of crazy to me. Like it's been over a decade. And I want to say this version of Ganondorf, I love. Oh fuck, I forgot the voice actor's name. Something was it Matthew Mercer or something? I forgot his name. I know he plays a lot of characters that I know and like dubs and stuff, but he did a great job. I thought he sounded really like dehydrated and malnourished, but still menacingly evil when he was in his like skinny mummy form. And then like the rawness and the bass came out when like he bulked up. Like he did a good job. Ganon was raw. This is probably my second favorite Ganon design. I actually like his Hyrule Warrior design a lot with the 2 blades and the longer hair. I like that one a lot. It's my favorite one. But granted, Zelda in that armor with her rapier is my favorite Zelda design. She looks so cold in that game. Yeah. So, and this is the most powerful version of Ganon we've seen. And him looking like Demise, being the Demonkin, all that was super dope. But I needed a bit more. But the story itself to me was just way better in general from top to bottom because of those things. However, I think telling the story the same way Breath of the Wild told its story was a detriment and not an addition. I think as Link having amnesia after 100 years, it makes sense that he'll go to a certain location and remember something random from the past. That made sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this is where me and Zelda met the first time. Oh, this is where Zelda was trying to unlock her sacred powers and it doesn't work. Having the dragon tears about Zelda's memories to me, kind of telling stories of the past, it didn't resonate as much. Though a lot of the things in the past were super interesting. Rauru, Minoru, Sonia, the first or whatever version of Hyrule we're on. Do you think this takes place in any timeline? Just out of curiosity.
Nah, I think I think Breath of the Wild in terms of the kingdom, it's in its own new either at the very end of the timeline or in its own new timeline.
Yeah, I'm either we've done away with it and this is like a soft reboot or doing its own thing, or I believe that it's so far down the timeline from the latest point, latest point in Hyrule Historia that it just doesn't matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because Hyrule has
Yeah.
been refounded more than once. We've literally played in the New Kingdom of Hyrule after it got flooded in one of the timelines with Spirit Tracks. So I'm wondering if this is like one of the iterations of Hyrule after the fact, but it is what it is. But how did you feel about the story?
Same as you. I liked it a lot more than liked it a lot more than Breath of the Wild. Or yeah, I liked it a lot more than the Wild actually. I think that I think the characters were a lot more involved this time also.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the
Sages.
all of them. I think I felt like they were a lot more involved this time around. Uh, I don't like you said. I don't like how they did it. Like every story where you get there and like the first time being there. I think they could have for a sequel to Breath of the Wild. I think they could have gone away with that, and it would have been fine. Like I don't think in a sequel you need to pander to people who haven't played the first game.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would have preferred them to actually like certain things that I didn't really like was like you would go places and niggas would not like act like they didn't know who Link was. Like, bro, I just saw you.
Right. I just saved the
I
kingdom.
didn't really like that.
Like there's moments where like, oh yeah, people recognize like, oh Link, like you and Zelda been missing, like where y'all been? And sometimes just like, who this? And I'm like, bro, what do you mean who this? You're alive because of me, bitch. It's like you better recognize, you know? I think I think
Yeah,
Breath of
like
the Wild
maybe
did that well too because because Gorons and like Zoras live much longer, right? So after 100 years, they're still alive, and they're like, "Oh, yo, Master Link, yo, remember when you taught me swordsmanship?" And I'm like, "Oh, I did." Like that was super cool. I like that.
yeah, like that was wrong.
Hmm. And obviously,
It makes sense,
Mifa's your run true love, but she unfortunately passed away.
But yeah, so back then it made sense where like I just didn't know who you were, and like they'd be like, "Oh, you're not the hero." Da 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 da. But, like in Tears of the Kingdom, y'all should know God good and well who I am.
Yeah. Hmm. But I think they could have done. I think what they need to do. Well, I'll talk about that later. I won't go to that now. What I think would have been better is all things considered, the Dragon Tears or whatever, it's fine, right? But what I would have done was structure the game in a way based on what scene you see first and what you see first. Have the game adjust for what it is you do and don't know. Because I ended up getting the all the tears after I saw one of the flashbacks because it moved me and that's wanted to know what happened. So I ended up getting it all at once. And then remember I told you I had just the right amount of stamina to pull out the Master Sword, so I know what happened to Zelda. So when they're like, "Oh, Zelda, is that her?" I was like, "No, it's obviously not. She's in the past. I know this as Link." And I'm just standing there. I guess I'll go to this region. Like I wish there was a way the game could
Just
have kind of
playing along
adjust
with
for
them.
that. But even if not
Yeah.
that, at the very least, for every time you beat a temple. So I think what would have been better is like, let's say I see Rito first. I think what would have been better was like, okay, you tell me this part of the imprisoning war. And then when I do the Goron one, they tell me a different portion of the prisoning war, or maybe how it specifically affected the Gorons or something. It literally being Ganon beat our ass. Hey, young Goron, you're my descendant. Here's power. 5 fucking times was killing me, bro. It was making me angry. This
Yeah, I'm
supplement.
definitely. I think I checked out after.
Hmm?
I think I checked out after Sidon. Like that's when I stopped paying attention to them. So I was
Yeah,
like, okay,
like
they're
I was
just
like,
gonna do the same
I'll
shit.
start texting or like go get a drink or like scratch my ass or something because it's the same fucking cutscene, you know? Yeah,
The
so
crazy part about that is that Breath of the Wild had like as a mini flag, I guess you could call it, where like they'll change like the text a little bit. Where like if you like say before you do the Divine Beast, you get the Master Sword. Like they all like the people you talk to, they say something like they actually acknowledge the fact that you have the sword.
yeah,
But like if you don't
yes,
have the sword, they'll be like, "Huh, you have the sword or whatever." But so it's like I don't know why they couldn't have just gone even further with that and just do it like how you said, where you have like some type of a checkpoint in the game where it's like if I already done, show me something different.
agreed, agreed. Um, let's talk about the abilities for a second. We're gonna circle back to the story in a second because I want to talk about the character specifically later. But let's talk about the abilities. Did you like the abilities in this game more, or Breath of the Wild more, or is this just depends on the ability or whatnot? Because one thing I could say I absolutely missed were my fucking Sheikah Slate bombs, the square and round ones. I miss having those. At one point, bomb flowers was something I didn't want to use often. Later on, it was fine. Plus, I learned it. Plus, Omar, who's in the chat, he taught me the duplication glitch. So, like, I got a bunch of bomb flowers. So I started using them like crazies. But definitely initially, I was like, use any of these. I want my stasis bombs, but I love Ascend. That's my favorite new. I fucking love Ascend, bro. I will just find ways to just smeagol my way in a crack and just go all the way up somewhere without having to climb. Like just it's moving around till that shit turns green and I can go up. I love that
Mhm.
ability.
I would do that shit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then another thing I would do was like if I found like a slab or something, I would just ultra hand it into the air and just hold
Yeah.
it there and then fucking ascend into it.
Yep. I've done it so many times. Yeah, yo, see, thinking. He said we here talking about the best game of the year. We out here. It's I'm not gonna lie to you, Star Destroys. Let's drop the third for me, but we'll talk about that. It's not Zelda's fault necessarily, but Sea of Stars and Chained Echoes in retrospect, I gotta put it above it right now. But God, this game is special. The only thing that kind of sucks for me personally is like, as a man, gotta be a traditional man, gotta be strong and big and do this and do that, protect and provide. I think I do a lot of that stuff well, but me, I can't build shit. I don't know how to build nothing, bro. I can't build a table. I can't build a shelf. Like, obviously, I could follow instructions. I'm being a little hyperbolic, but like that's not my forte. And unfortunately, because of that, I only use Ultra Hand because I needed to. I never use it when I didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't make a Gundam. I can't make something cool. I was an auto build merchant. I needed schematics. I need all that. Like I was a merchant for that. Like it's just unfortunate because just a thing that on a very personal level I'm not very good at. So I just couldn't make anything particularly cool. But I'd argue it's unnecessary. Like I could just beat your ass with my sword. Or beat your ass with me and my fucking like I can just gang up on niggas. I got 5 people with me. We squatted up 6 deep. You know, right? Like it just like it's so cool. I love seeing the videos of them like shooting the Gleelock into the fucking water and like doing cool shit. But you don't need to do that necessarily. You get what I'm saying? So just kind of like
Yeah.
I didn't feel a need to have to engage with it like that. If that makes sense.
No, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of the things even that you see people building, like you said, they're completely wholly unnecessary. You don't need to build a fucking flying fortress, take down like red bokoblins. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need that.
Yeah.
It's raw. Don't get me. It's raw as fuck, but you just don't need it.
Yeah.
But you know, I think my favorite ability would be either End or Fuse. But
Yeah.
Sin
Fuse
because like we
second.
were saying, like it's really like easy to traverse. But Fuse because like I really liked how certain items interacted with the like with whatever you put them on, and I just thought that was really cool. And also, I think it I think it took away one of the problems that Breath of the Wild had, or like one of the criticisms that people had with Breath of the Wild, where they were like, which weren't good, by making every single item in the game a consumable or like something that you can apply to your weapons. I feel like that was a really smart decision.
Mm. Agreed. I like the fuse system. I did agree with one criticism I saw, but some of them are kind of ugly and people make ugly things. Like, but I didn't do that. I try to make sure that looks cool and that fits on my back and doesn't look ridiculous. Like I like the demon bow, but it's too long and it clips into the wall, into the ground, into the stuff. So I only kind of wear it when I need it. But that's a personal thing. I just like to look cool as I can be. Did a good job balancing a sense what wasn't a broken speed running rune. Yo, what's up, Lo? Bro, I wasn't turning to the game. Did I realize I could ascend way more than I should? Nah, man, that's like one of my favorite things about these type of games. Like people just are on different trajectories and different timelines. Like, and people just do different things at different times and figure out things in different ways. This is my favorite thing about this. Like, it reminds me of like the old days when you didn't really have the internet and you'd be like, "Yo, I heard that if you jump backwards in Super Mario, you can like skip this level and do this." You know, like that shit. That shit fun. I will say, if anything, this
Uh,
game will live on
Wonder
through
the
its auto
truck.
build creations. Agreed. What's up, Blizzard? We on purple kick. Absolutely. I was that child that only used Legos if there was instructions. I feel that. When it comes to the fuse
There's actually
materials,
like
certain monsters had materials that just made to look cool. Yep. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying there's actually a site where it's like you can just look up all the things that people have built on Tears of the Kingdom, and like it gives you like all the materials they use, and like they tell you how to put it together themselves. Like it was actually pretty cool. So yeah, I do agree that like because of Ultra Hand, like Tears of the Kingdom will have a extremely long lifespan.
I mean, look what people were doing Breath in a While, like Breath in a While, and even as late as this. So like, yes, the Ultra Hand and Auto Build were going to have people going crazy. I've seen a lot of cool things, man. Like I saw somebody pretty much make a Gundam. It looked really raw. It was super dope. Like that shit was firing cannons and lasers and ice and lightning on the shoulders. It was kind of cool. It was really good. If I find it,
Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
I saw one the dude built, and he had like okay, I saw one this dude built it, and like it was like a giant robot, and he had it to where like he used a sin to like go into the middle of it, control. I was like, bro, that shit
That's
is so.
raw.
Or look, he was like in fucking yeah, it looked like he was in that like out in the fucking Power Rangers and shit. I was like, bro, that shit is so clean, bro.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing like? I'm going on a tangent, but have you been seeing like people have been like, they've been building things that don't run on Zonai energy?
Oh. Like
Okay,
no
they'll take like
batteries.
you have to find like yeah, like you have to find like an object that's in the world and use those like basically they'll find like one of those fans, right? And they'll take
Mhm.
that and it'll be like one of the electric powered fans, and they'll put like a metal thing on it's powered up, and they'll basically like, it'll be like a self powered fan. Like it's really fucking weird. I'll have to send you one. But like they
Sick.
like whenever they're flying in it, their Zonai battery doesn't like their Zonai goes down. It's just like a or like I saw one that was like that. I saw one that was like a backup generator. So like
Mhm.
whenever he was flying with his whenever he was flying, like his Zonai batteries would go down, and once Zonai batteries went down and things shut off, like it would take a few seconds, and then like it would just power itself and like start flying again while his batteries reloaded.
That's fucking crazy. Yeah, send me that when you see it. He said, I personally don't like building machines to fight monsters, but it's cool as hell seeing people come up with. I get close and personal. That's exactly how I feel. Like, it's so dope, and I love seeing it, and I'll continue to enjoy it because I continue to enjoy Breath of the Wild clips from the start to the end. So I'll enjoy that, but like I just don't need that, and I like to fight up close and personal. I feel that.
Yeah, we got hands. I want to
eh,
be in the
mhm.
mix.
So, have you seen anyone make like extremely crazy strong weapons? Because like I just kind of ended up at one point prioritizing damage for my spears, lances, and claymores. So, for the most part, I had the silver boss bokoblin horn on a lot of things. And then what I noticed with the Zora stuff is when it's raining and it's wet, and plus when you get side on, you can just activate it immediately. The power of the blade will go up exponentially after it's wet. So it'll go from like 70 to like 107, and I think 109 or around there was like the strongest weapon I was able to make using some Zora stuff. Um, have you seen anyone do anything crazy? Like, has it been anything like 200 or like well into the hundreds? Like, I don't know. Like, I wonder if people made anything crazy like that.
I
Is
haven't
this?
seen it, but like
Mhm.
I also haven't been looking up too much Tears of the Kingdom stuff. But I'm pretty sure that it's probably out there.
You got the duplicate glitch? Yeah,
I
I
do.
think. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying I do know that I recently like get the Master Sword that
Mhm.
it's stronger than every subsequent use that you use after it. Like the first time you pull the sword out of Zelda's head and you fuse it to something, whatever strength it has at that point, like never reach that point of strength again throughout the rest of the game or something like that. And I got to look
Really?
more into that, but I had just saw a video where somebody was talking about that.
Mm. Oh,
And they're
wow.
they're like, I think
If
the Master
you
Sword
trying to
has
join the conversation by that, but yes, 3 cheats in one day. I got work and I'm out here. I'm out here. Sorry. Um, the strong weapon in the game is in terms of sheer power and damage are the bone weapons with bone armor. Okay, okay. People have gotten 800 plus damage? Bitch! What?
that's big.
That's crazy. My strong weapons may be a tad over 100, never reach anything crazy, just clocked in. Oh, shoot. I'm going to be listening, though? Okay, fair enough. Well, you're a nighttime worker, or unless you're a different time zone. Yeah, bone weapons with a certain set, I forgot, gives crazy damage. I know what armor it is and stuff like that, but I thought the Bokoblin arms and Lizalfol's arms were really good, but I realized they were brittle. They break pretty easily, so I stopped using them because they were like 20 base. So I remember I was using them for a while, but I'm like,
Mhm.
but interesting. I didn't know you could go to 800 flock. Yeah, Mia again. The best thing I figured out was the Zora weapons, wetting them, and then getting them into the hundreds, like 109. I think was the highest thing that I had, and I was using it during the Demon King's army part. And then after when it was Ganon, I pulled out the Hylian shield and the Master Sword, but he broke my Hylian shield, so I ended up beating him with a Knight shield. But yeah, beginning of the game, I thought I was cheating with them bone weapons until they broke in 3 hits. I totally thought I found some cheat. I know there's a way to like extend it, but yeah, I definitely stopped. Like, oh wait, they do break fast. I don't think I realized that, and I stopped using them. It is bones, I guess, so it is what it is. But I feel you because I used to actually keep farming them at
Right.
nighttime, and then at one point, I started doing what I usually do. I just ignore them. Like, there's nothing you guys have that I want. Leave me alone. So yeah. She said how the mods work is that when a weapon is about to break, the
Bro,
damage
I
doubles,
told
and people use the Royal Guard
you down
sword
there.
that also double the damage and low durability. And then when you jump on Lionel's weapons don't take dura damage. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. Sorry, what are you gonna say?
Yeah, that went down there before I just went again as Lear.
Alan,
Yeah,
I lost. Repeat that. We lost
can you
you.
hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Repeat that. We lost you.
Now I was saying I was saying I think I told you when I went down to Gensler before I finished all the temples and had to fight this army by myself. I was
Oh
like, bro,
yeah,
it was so much.
you just wanted to see. I remember. I'm not going down there. I'm
Yeah,
not
I was
ready.
like, I didn't know see what's gonna happen down here.
I didn't know what the Lionel mechanic. I'm gonna
I
dabble
think
with
the only
that.
person that came down there was Tulin.
Tulin to me was the best Sage easily. Well, my favorite. And his ability, I like. It's not Rivali's Gale, but once you realize you can just rocket shield, you're like, I'll just use that. It's fine. It's like a million rockets, so it's fine. Like you can Rivali's Gale in your zone eye way. Did you find any of the other abilities super useful? Like I think Minoru's so cool and stuff, and like putting weapons in her is so cool, and riding her is raw. But like, I won't lie to you. I usually turn them off and just keep like 3 of them or like Tulin around me. Like I could keep like Riju, Yunobo, and like
Alright,
Tulin.
this might be a little funny, but the one that I actually found the most useful aside from Tulin was Yunobo.
Yeah, for mining. I don't have to
'Cause
mine anymore. I just break rock or
yeah,
him.
bro. I did not break a single weapon after I got that. After I unlocked him, bro. I never used a weapon again on mine.
You think they put too many rocks in the game though? Like a little too many rocks? Even those blue ones are hard to break, or no?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I thought there was many too. Sometimes I'm like, I'm tired of breaking these fucking rocks. Cause like, if you look at my game, there's a lot of ones where like, as soon as I clear a little opening, if I can just duck under and go, I'm not breaking anymore. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll say,
Um,
I feel like there was something in there that they wanted you to get though from breaking them, right? Because like I feel like that's why they added so many.
Yeah,
It
usually
was like
when you're there
was it
doing
just
it,
the boulders
they
itself?
drop a bunch of claymores and a bunch of rocks in the cage you can fuse it to. So like they made it like doable. It's just annoying. That's all. It's just tedious, time consuming
Mhm.
stuff. And I don't feel like a game that big with that
Bro,
much to do needed something like that to pad the time.
especially when you're going to fucking fight Ganondorf. There was like one section where you're in the cave, bro, and you have to break so many boulders. I was like, why is this going for so long?
Right?
Like I think it's like you drop down the first part and then like you make it into the bottom, and then that's like in like this little broken half of Hyrule Castle. Like yeah, because you know like where you and Zelda start off where Ganon falls in at. You jump down there, and
Yeah.
then like you're in like a little broken half, and it's like I think there's like choo like not choo choos, but there's like slime all over the place. There's no the chews are
No,
out there. Like there's
choo is
frozen
right.
ice
Mm-hmm.
chew. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the ice choo chews are there. But it's like underground, and then you jump down again, and you gotta fight a Lionel. But like in that little like right before you get to that section, it's like a whole like a long ass path of just boulders that you have to break. And I was like, bro, why is this going for so long?
Yeah. Also, I didn't fight that line. I totally ignored it. That Lionel that was there, I just rocketed up and I'm like, fuck you. I ain't fighting you. I'm worth my time. Where's Ganon? By
Yeah,
that point, I'm like, I want Ganon. You know, Luffy pointed at Arlong,
I
I want
remember.
you. Like, I want him. None of you are worthy of my time. Okay? I can mow through an army of moblins, bokoblins, and Lionels. I see them do it. No shield
Straight
necessary,
up,
just
bro.
a sword.
All he got was one scratch.
Right? The problem with the Sage
Oh yeah, you
abilities is
said
that I'm
earlier that
running for my life and those mofos are lagging behind. I feel it. I had 5 weapons made specifically for mining. Shit was tedious. I appreciate that Sages afterwards could fight as well. Tulin was a crazy sharpshooter, aimbot on point. When I usually hear the ping, 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 I'm like, critical hit? Yes, Tulin, my Nick sharpshooter. Yes, sir. Got the Yasop aim. Love to see it. Now, he was easily, to me, the
Matula
best
was
fighter
yeah
and the best,
runner.
and the best thing. And being able to move horizontally in the sky with the push was very useful. So. And I also think his tempo was the most fun to get to. I loved climbing the sky with Tulin and jumping on those ships and then seeing
That shit was wrong.
sky. Is it the Skywind Temple? What was it called again? The Storm Arc, right? The Wind Temple
Yeah,
Storm Arc,
yeah, Storm Arc.
Storm Arc. Yeah, like that was dope. And listen, Polgara is not a hard boss to beat, but it was so fun and seeing it the first time. Like that's the thing that's causing all the win. Let's go!
Bro,
And you dive.
bro,
That
I remember
theme is
that theme.
sex, bro. That
I remember that
theme,
stuff you do and you die through that, and that was so far.
bro. Nah. That theme is so fucking sexy, bro. Like, you understand? I work out to that shit. Maybe I get amped. I get amped, bro. I'll be playing that. I'll be playing that all the time. Like I'll be editing and just having it on in the background, bro. That shit is so clean. Let me just hear it for the one time, bro. Like it's so good. That Wind Waker. Wait for the drop. Wait for the drop. I'm playing it right now. on stream right here. I was so fucking amped. Fuck, I love that. I love that shit, bro. But Zelda's always had good music. This is not anything different. Like, but that theme when it played, like, it just made me feel heroic. Like, yo, it's hero time. You know, it's hero time. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
You know which one didn't? You know what? We know what temple and boss didn't make me feel heroic.
I feel it. I feel you.
That water one, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. That fucking fake ass Super Mario Sunshine boss, bro. I cannot believe they did that.
Right? You put a fucking fake ass Petey Piranha sludge throwing, bro. Boy, get that black come out of here, bro. She was nasty.
All
Oh
the
my
things these
god.
niggas could have done. This is what y'all went with. I would have preferred fucking Shadow Link or something, nigga.
Yeah. Fusing definitely my favorite ability. One of the few times I found the sages useful in battle where the bosses were tailor made for them. Fair, yeah, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Creating different combination of weapons, even other weapons, gave me joy.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not fucking Riju, the Gibdos. They were giving me hell.
I think I'm like because you can gyro aim, and I'm actually for whatever reason good with aiming with arrows, not guns. I was like fine, like I didn't have a problem with it. My friend said the Kibble Queen did kill him once, but he said he fought it when he had 8 hearts. Like I had like 14 hearts by that point, and my armor was up. But I realized at one point this game is pretty like you die in one hit or like not. But I realized you really had to get those fairies to get your defense up for sure. Like that was a big reason. I didn't have that problem too much in the first game until I started doing it. Like having more hearts really helped. But yeah. Song is hard, no pause. Facts. Temple music peak there. I wish I did that one last, but I did that shit first. I did it first for two reasons. One, I did the Rito Temple last or Divine Beast last in Breath of the Wild. I just wanted to do a different order, and this was the one they goaded you to do first. The same way the Zora one is the one most people end up doing in the first game because Sidon sees you when you're in I think it's the Lanayru region. I can't remember exactly. I don't know. I can't remember, but the Zora area, he sees you and he does the smile and the pose with the thumbs up or whatever, or with the fist up. So I kind of just ended up doing it first. So I feel you with that, but I do wish I did it last secretly because like I popped big, but then I wouldn't have Tulin with me the whole time. So maybe you know what? It is what it is. Like having Tulin Sage Avatar with me was
my nephew with me.
yeah, exactly. So it is hilarious that it wasn't Teba, sorry. It was kind of funny because I definitely thought it was going to be the Rito chief. We were like, nah, my son nice. It's like, oh shit, all right, word. I'm like, where your wind powers at? Where your wind powers at?
So it was like, yeah, he the only one who could be like Rivali. It's him.
Mm-hmm.
Tulin is not cold with it.
Molduga theme is good. Shout out to Molduga theme. Water Temple was abysmal, genuinely ass. I actually like honestly thought the whole part of the Zoro stuff was kind of uninspiring personally. None of it really moved me, and I did that last because I did the Zoro Temple first. The boss didn't move me. The temple didn't move me. Getting to the temple wasn't nearly as fun as any of the other ones, but I do like the little like kind of zero gravity part and jumping into the water bubbles. That was kind of fun.
I actually, I like the unlocking the temple where you had to like go find the fucking tear in the sky and like look in the get like a specific angle to where like all those broken pieces lined
cool.
up to make the tier. Like I like that part. You shoot through it. But yeah, everything like and I like the no gravity shit where you're in the water bubble and it's floating. Like I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, hell no. The actual temple itself, yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I feel like that's just. I think Zelda just has a problem with water temples.
Yeah, that makes sense. You know what's funny about Gibdos? I didn't even know you needed elemental attacks at first, since all I was doing, because that's all I was using at the time. They said you need fire or lightning. I was like, huh? Water works too. Throw a splash fruit at it, and it'll just turn into like the skeleton thing, and you can hit it. Any elemental attack, Unobo works. You just kick Unobo at them too. That works too.
That's another thing I really like. Link just being able to throw shit. Like I love that.
Yeah, that was big. Yeah, man, that was awesome.
It's so minor. It's so minor, but I really like it.
So yeah, that shit was really cool. I didn't have a problem with the Goron stuff. That was fine. I didn't engage with the cart system. I just kind of rocket shielded around to get to where I needed to get to. I didn't. try to figure. I'm like I'm not
I'm,
figure. I don't want to figure this out. I'm tired. I don't care. So I just climbed around and used my Zonai devices to get around that cave, that system. But I think the dedicated parts of the depths and
Death
dedicated parts
Mountain
of the
is the one
sky
cave
were
that's
good.
like
Go ahead.
I was say Death Mountain is like that's like really interconnected. Like you can come in on one side of Death Mountain and leave the other.
Hmm.
Because if not, I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
I agree. I think you think weapons break because Link is so strong. I don't think weapons breaking is anything but a game design. But I heard someone saying that I thought it was cool. I mean, this is one of the strongest. This is actually would argue at this point this is the strongest incarnation with Link. I would throw um Twilight,
TP.
Ocarina, and Oracle of Sages and Seasons Link up there. But Oracle and Sages of Seasons because of the things and weapons and magic that he has access to. Um Ocarina Link is just very well balanced, but Orion Village Link has that farmer nigga strength because he's been herding goats and shit. And like obviously I know you have the iron boots, but you're wrestling Gorons and flipping them. You sumo with Gorons, like that nigga is strong as shit. But I think it's just a game mechanic because I think in the first game you'd have a point, but in this game it's because of the gloom and weapons are already rusty and not very strong, so you have to use monster parts to supplement it. But it wouldn't necessarily change the fact that it's rusted, so that's maybe why it breaks. But I like the idea that it's he's so strong they break. But I think it's just a game mechanic though, because the Master Sword runs out of energy too. But that doesn't break, but it runs out of energy, so it is what it is. But I got the Master Sword early, and it was nice to have it early because I could just use it as an extra weapon no matter what. But I do think it should be stronger. I think base 30 was too weak. But then when you learn you can fuse stuff to it too, I guess that's why you can do it. But I like that the Master Sword appearance doesn't change. You'd see that like Zonai green energy of whatever monster part you had when you weren't moving for a split second, and it'd light up with certain runes on the blade, but it didn't like turn into an ugly like whatever.
I,
What was
I
aesthetically
think that
your
was actually
favorite?
a better design choice.
Yeah. What was your favorite monster part aesthetically to put on weapons? Mine was the black lizard horn. That shit looked raw. And the elemental ones for the lizards, I thought those were the best looking ones in my opinion. The silver bokoblin ones are ugly with that stupid little ball at the end, but the boss silver bokoblin one with the little circular blade, that was cool too. You have any in mind?
Yeah, I like that. I like that one.
Mm.
Uh,
Gleelock stuff was pretty
I think
cool.
what I actually used most was fucking construct horns, soldier
Oh,
constructs.
I like the
I
Zonai
liked how
stuff.
their swords looked.
Yeah, because it reminds me a little bit of the ancient blades and stuff from the Sheikah technology. But yeah, I'm
Mhm.
with you. But I think it only goes up to six different constructs of Zonai. So at one point they became too weak for me to kind of keep using because most of my weapons were in the 60 to 70 and above range, around there. So
Yeah,
yeah. Fusing the dragon horns
but
and
I think
silver
like
liner horns. I should have tried some more dragon
the
horns. I
one that
did
I
use
used the most
Lionel's
would
a
be
little
like the
bit.
silver.
Go ahead. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would say like I use silver Lionel horns a lot,
Mhm.
but like not for their look though, but just because they're the best weapon, the best item I think.
Yeah, the best common one is the silver boss bokoblin, but I think the general strongest monster part was the silver Lionel horn. I had a few, but most of mine ended up being. I mostly started using the Zoro stuff because once I had Sidon's ability, I just have him wet me, pause, and then it'd go from like 70 to 100, and I'll just fucking murk something. So soldier contract horns were convenient fusing items. Yeah. The Gleelock horns look crazy. The Gleelocks were pretty fun to fight until I realized how easy I could cheese them. Um, go close to it, rocket shield over the wind, eyeball. Cut him up. Before it gets up, fuse another one, repeat. That's what I started doing. And I don't know about you guys. You guys all
Yeah,
share.
especially if you have elemental.
Yeah. I'll just say all of you guys share with me like what you guys do with your outfits, but I've always been a person where like I wear the outfit that makes sense for the occasion. So if I'm fighting a Thunder Gleelock, I actually do have the shock armor on. I know I can just wear the lightning helm, but I don't like it, so I just wear the shock armor. The rubber armor thing is kind of ugly secretly, but like if I'm in the ice region, I put the Rito suit on, unfreezable bonus, all of that stuff. Because I keep telling people the first Gleelock I beat, I got lucky because it couldn't freeze me. My Rito gear was already at level I think 2 or 3. So I had decent defense, and it couldn't freeze me. So a lot of times it would just hit me backwards, and I take a little bit of damage. So yeah, not gonna lie, just use an attack plus set for most fights and started boxing. True, the Gleelock fights are are baby difficult if you have Keys eyes. Yeah, the Keys eyes stuff working if you're
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm about to say.
the elemental one too. So if you're fighting ice one, you have to fire Keys eyes. It does a lot of damage. I agree, but my aim was good enough. It's
Yeah,
true.
but
Plus bullet time, slow down mode, focus. Right.
bro, I'm not gonna lie. I cheese the fuck out of Keys arrows in this game. Like I was
I
using those shits for literally anything.
I used them for those little random flying enemies. What do you think about the enemy variety in this game? I thought it was a lot better. I saw some people complaining
So
about
much better.
not having enough, but I thought there was enough with the big boss bokoblins, the moblins, adding the silver. I don't think they were there before. The
I,
horriblins,
I think there was way more than enough.
the flying things, the Yiga clan disguising themselves as trees is hilarious. Like I thought it
And
was a
they spaced them out a lot more too. Like I think you can only find Gibdos in the Gerudo region, right?
yes, yes. From
Yeah. So
I
like
did
I
I
feel
didn't see
yeah.
them
So
anywhere else.
I think it's a lot better.
Yeah, yeah. I thought there was a good amount of enemies, and I heard a lot of people say there's a lot of open, empty space. I didn't actually agree with that. I actually thought there was something interesting around pretty much every corner. If it's not an enemy, it's a
Also,
Korok,
yeah,
a puzzle. Oh,
yeah.
why is there one random Sakura tree here? Oh, there's an offering here. You put the apple in it, and then the Satori Mountain Lord would show up and show you where all the caves are. Like there's a lot of things around. I didn't agree with that. I thought maybe with the depths looked very samey. And I actually ended up agreeing with a lot of the Sky Islands. There wasn't much to do, um, except like get the ones with the little dispensary, bring the crystal to the area, and then get your Raru's blessing. The spheres were cool, but the
Yeah.
dedicated parts were cool. But the sky actually ended up being the selling point, but I would argue it was like kind of underutilized and not necessarily the funnest part of the game, though it's cool to be up there. I found the depths far more interesting to explore. I actually like the depths. As
I
much as
agree.
I agree with some things
I
people were
feel
saying, the depths were fun
like
and a really well kept secret.
yeah. I feel like for as much as they advertised the sky, they didn't utilize it as much as they could have.
Exactly.
But I also feel like they might have not tried. They might have not been trying to be redundant with like a Skyward Sword type of thing.
Hmm.
So, but I really don't know.
Maybe
But yeah, I feel like there was a lot more.
maybe they should have done more depth stuff, but again,
Yeah, like
yeah,
I, I think they should have actually had like a true Sky Island, like not just small things. I feel like there should have at least been like one thing up there that's actually like a big ass island. You know?
like more things like the Great Sky Island, the tutorial area. I agree. I agree. Like a
Yeah,
bigger connected one, like huge, because they're very fragmented and spread around the sky, disparately all over the map. You know. So yeah,
yeah.
you can find Giddos in the depths under Garuda. Okay, I don't remember finding any Giddos in the depths, but
Yeah. You can find them in the depths. I
no, that
remember.
no, no, no,
But
no, no. You're right.
I,
You're right. You're right.
as
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
as
You're right.
far as like on the surface though, I think that as far as on the surface though, you can only find them like in the Gerudo region. But I think that's just that's better for the enemy variety. Like there's enemies in specific areas you can only see them over there. Like, I like things like that.
Yeah, it adds.
Speaking of that, I forgot to say that earlier when we were talking about the temples. I liked fucking having to save Gerudo Town. Like that shit was raw.
Yes.
Like setting the army up and shit. Like that shit was fire.
Yes.
I was like, hold
Agreed.
on, nigga.
The eyes were convenient for Gleelocks. Anytime I used them bombs out, I became a bomb flower merchant. I won't lie to you. When I fight the Gloom Hands, I'll just climb something, get air, and spam the arrows till they're dead, and
Bro,
pack
will
up
not
Phantom
touch the
Ganon.
ground.
I will fire 10 bomb arrows at the Gloom Hands before I
They
touch
better
the ground.
they better hope I don't have a Lionel bow too, bro. 'Cause it's really a wrap.
I thought the Sky Islands would be more interesting based off the marketing. So did I, but it is what it is. I understand why they didn't do the Sky because they just did a Skyward Sword remaster. Hmm. I guess that makes
Yeah,
sense
see
to me.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. But like on the flip side of that, one of the things that they did for Tears of the Kingdom was also because Skyward Sword was limited in the fact that they couldn't go from the sky to the ground, and they wanted to make a game where you could do that, which is what we get with Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
So it's like that's why it's like I'm really not too sure exactly why they didn't put more into the sky. Like I don't know, it's confusing.
Mm-hmm. Times percentage bomb, 5 times bomb plus the elemental attack was dangerous. Yeah, man, the lineup bowls went crazy. They were really good. Savage lineup bow and all of that. What was your favorite weapon combination with your shield? If you can remember any, mine's are actually very basic. It's the sled and skate shield. I like skating around on my shield a lot, whether I'm on sand,
That actually
snow,
probably mine too.
and like grinding on the rails. Like I just would grind on them and like do a little trick. Like I loved it. Like those end up being my favorite. Those very basic. Another thing I did a lot was put a talus hearts on some of my shields, just to give
Hmm.
me warmth in certain things. So like if I'm in like the Rito region, I'll put an igneous stone talus on one of my shield, so it's easy for me to melt stuff. I'll just pull my shield out and it'll melt the ice and stuff like that. So that's what I did a lot too. But I definitely like the sled and
Uh,
skate shield the most personally.
Something I did actually a lot, like in the Sky Island,
Hmm.
like in like low gravity areas, is I put one of the wings, like the little bird thing. I put one of those on my shield because like whenever you put that on and then you like do a shield jump or whatever, like you jump and then put your shield on, like it would if you had the wing on it, you would jump up higher.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't try that. That's awesome.
So yeah, like doing that in like low gravity areas, Link would actually get like a lot of air going up,
Hmm.
and like you could cover like you could basically cover like long gaps.
Yeah. He said, though I occasionally made a flying Zoan device for quest or something or a shrine, I I like to walk around on foot in that game, and I thought this game was much easier to traverse because you can literally just go to a the things what are the things that Pura built called the sky towers, sky view towers.
Yeah,
Just launch yourself in the
they are
sky
so much
and
better.
yeah, and just like get around. But like because this is a game where you have to collect a lot of stuff and you need consumables to fuse and you need consumables to upgrade your stuff with the fairy fountain. I tend to walk around in the Sheikah set so bugs and stuff don't run away from me because they can't hear me. I didn't start using a horse and breath in a while until maybe I had about 15 hearts and I was getting towards the end of the game. I didn't need to upgrade much more because the things that I needed the most were the star fragments, which are much easier to get in this game. And the rubies and stuff to upgrade like the tunic of the wild
Yeah.
and the other stuff. So I didn't really need the other things. So I actually didn't use much Zonai or horses in this game to run around. I actually did not use a horse in this game pretty much at all. I did not use a horse in this game.
Yeah. What I fast traveled a lot more in this game actually.
Yeah, and I put a travel medallion in Terrytown. There's 3 travel medallions actually. I had them in different places. So yeah, I fast traveled a lot.
Mm,
And plus having the what do they call it? The hero's travel medallion to know where I have and haven't been from pretty much the jump helped
Heroes
me
Path.
know. Yeah, yeah, there we go. Help me know exactly where it is I have and haven't been. So sometimes I'm like, I have absolutely not been here, and just go to that area and see what's popping over there. So it was much easier for me to get
See, bro.
around. Like I was much more efficient with my traveling in this game as well. That's basically what I'm saying.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say this is one of those things where it's like, excuse me, Nintendo just makes me mad because like those were from the DLC of Breath of the Wild, and those are like good additions to put into the base game. Why the hell were the sword trials not in the fucking game?
Right? I agree.
Like
hundred
I
percent.
don't understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. The rocket shields are a godsend. You can cheese 90%. Yes, they were. They were. They were so amazing. I like the rocket shield. Max Champions Tunic went hard. I actually don't wear the Champions Tunic too often. The things that I wear the most, like again, with me, I just wear what I need for the occasion. Flame breaker if it's hot. Um, if I have a flame proof potion, I'll use it. But flame breaker when it's hot. But the thing that I wear the most is easily the Sheikah outfit. And the Hylian tunic with the hood and stuff. I will take the hood off occasionally, but I like the hood up and I made it like black so it's like stealthy. Because I won't lie to you, I dye my clothes all the time and I change the colors and stuff and everything. But I
Gangster.
actually still think one of Link's best looking armors is the male Gerudo, the Vo armor. It's Vine Vo, the Vo armor. I love that fucking armor on Link. He looks so fucking cool with it. With the little his chest out. He got a little armor on the one hand. His hair's in a ponytail. Like, yo, he looks so fucking cold in that armor, dog. Link is my nigga,
I still
bro.
remember like in the very first Breath of the Wild, showed that shit. Like, and they showed him like fucking paragliding over the over the Gerudo Desert, and he was wearing the outfit and like he had the ponytail. I was like, bro, I saw that shit in the trailer. I was like, that shit is so clean. I need that outfit immediately.
Yeah.
I think like even I think it's funny because like on Breath of the Wild, like every time I play, like that's one of the first things I go do. Like when I'm starting the game, like I'll go straight to Gerudo Village and try to get that outfit.
I feel that. Because it's that hard. It goes so hard. I will love a crazy hard quest in order to get an unbreakable master sword, or at least make it stronger or last longer. But did it rip femboy Link? Yeah, some people are mad about that. I wasn't. I didn't care about that outfit at all. Listen, I love that they let you come in the village now, because if there's one person who should be allowed, I'll say two people who should be allowed in and out of Gerudo Town would be Ganondorf, obviously. He's the Gerudo King, and Link, because you fucking saved them on numerous occasions. Like, you earned that right to come in there as a man. But let it be known that Link is a
I don't
better
think they
man
would
than
let
me,
Ganondorf
because
pass
I'm
like
having
that.
orgies. I'm like, where the brothel at? I'm going to the red light district. Where you at?
I know it's one in here.
Yeah. Link has a damn word, and he's still a goat, and he's 5'1". That's my short king. Don't care. It's my goat. One of my favorite MCs of all time. I love that nigga, bro. I love him. What was your favorite? What was everybody's favorite new armor from a aesthetic point and from a utility point? I think that the froggy set is kind of ugly, but it's so useful for sticky and slippery places. Like, you don't need the stick potion. You can just climb now with the set. I love that. I like the glide set armor, because you have so much aerial mobility and no landing damage. I could just dive straight into the ground and start walking like nothing happened. Like, that shit, I fucking love that armor. The mystic armor looks so cool, but I actually struggled with the money for a little bit at the end of the game, so I didn't end up using it because it's rupee padding. You lose rupees instead of health. But once I got the dupe glitch that Omar showed me, it was fine. That was good. I had money. That was good. But that one I love aesthetically, and I think that might be the tunic. The tunics, the depth tunic was fine for like gloom resistance and stuff. I actually thought the miner's tunic and the glow potion were pretty useless. You couldn't see more than like a foot in front of you. I don't know if you agree with
I didn't
that.
really use those.
But you know what shrine that miner's outfit came clutch in? There's one where it's dark and you have to like find the key in like a maze. And I was there. I was like, "Fuck! I have no idea where I'm at because I'm fucking Zoro and or Ryoga Hibiki. I never know where I'm at." It had this thing called like glow steps. So wherever you walked before, it actually showed that path. So I just retraced my steps back to the opening. It was really cool. Complete accident and fluke though. Complete fluke. So yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the glide armor I
another
put
one of
up,
my
I
favorite,
basically I shoot myself into the sky. I put the glide armor on, fly to where I need to, and take it off. Exactly what I did. Go ahead.
One of the outfits I like is it's the one that basically like Rauru wears. It's like but it's like a thunder one. I think I don't like the helm because Link has that fucking. It makes him have like a horn pretty much. But like I like how the shirt and the pants are because like it makes Link, he walks around barefoot in it.
Yeah.
And like the top is like it's like a little. What is it? I don't really know what it's called, but it just goes across like his like top of his neck and then it comes down the middle. But like everything else is like open.
The archaic thing. Yeah, I wish you could upgrade it. I really do.
Yeah.
I'd wear it more often, and I like his hair out in the outfit too a lot.
Now that you mentioning upgrading, the fucking tunic, bro. Like the tunic of the sky. Is that what it is? No, the ancient tunic. The ancient tunic. I wish you could upgrade that.
Yeah. The first, you're talking about the first one
Like
you
the
get.
very
Yeah,
first
yeah,
one you get.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Wait,
I wish you could upgrade that
which
because
Raru one are you
I
talking
really
about
like
then? The
that.
Zonai one, or the one where you get when you beat
I'm
all the
talking about that
shrines
too.
when you're the hero?
Yeah, no, I'm talking about that one too. But that's the first one I was talking about. But when you said you're not able to upgrade it, it reminded me of the ancient tunic.
Yeah,
You can't upgrade
that
that
one's
one either.
fire. I actually really like that outfit. I wish I could wear it
I
more.
really like that one, bro. That shit made me so mad that you can't upgrade it because that whole Link looks so clean in that shit.
You did I tell you
Like
that I actually
especially
didn't
when
get the
you
pants initially? I didn't know the pants were up in the Great Sky Island. I missed the pants. I got it after, but I didn't know I didn't get the pants when I left the tutorial. I didn't have it.
yeah, I think so.
I had like the
So I was
little
watching. I
skirt
told you
thing.
to go get the shirt.
Yeah, you told me actually. Yeah, it was you. See, deity arm for
Because I
aesthetic, for
remember
practicality,
I was looking for
skydiving set makes sense. Fierce deity
yeah, I
go
was
raw.
looking for fucking like 30 minutes looking for the shirt, bro, and it wasn't even on the same island. So I just left.
True.
I was like I searched. I was like, bro, I know I went around this whole island like 4 times, bro. There is nothing here. I just went to the next island, and there the shirt was. I was like, okay. And so that's when I told you because like I saw you started looking, and I was like, bro, don't even waste your time looking for that shit because it's not there.
Saved me a lot of time. Still a lot of time. Speaking of the ancient heroes outfit, very interesting to actually see. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Like like the best interpretation I can get is that the hero that stopped Calamity Ganon 10,000 years before Link ended up fighting Calamity Ganon, losing and beating him later was a Zonai. He had red hair, had all the outfit. It looks like you're a Zonai. You get this when
You
I
got a
think it's a
tail.
is it 152 shrines or 150? I forgot how many there are. Like 152, I think it is. You get that outfit.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense, everybody? What do you guys think about a Zonai actually being the hero with the Master Sword that repelled Ganon? Because the reincarnated hero is always Hylian, from what we know. I guess you can somewhat
Um,
argue that. Well, no, no. Ocarina of Time, Link is a Hylian raised in the Kokiri Forest. So no, he's not a Kokiri. So yeah, um, very
bro, say,
interesting.
what are the chances that the ancient hero is Rauru and Sonia's child?
Ooh, I like
Because
that.
then he would still have Hylian blood.
They had to have had a kid because they said you are my descendant. You have the light and time
Yeah,
powers of us. We
yeah.
never
So
saw the kid, but they obviously have
we
one
know this.
somewhere in the
No,
world.
yeah. So that kid's out there. I feel like if Nintendo was the type of
It's a good point, Stardust Troyes.
post game something they would actually make it about.
Yeah. He said it could be a descendant of a Zonai, but still have Hylian blood, or he could be a Hylian and Zonai mixture. Because like what it looks like to me more often in this games, when two races mix, they don't you don't really get like a mixed child. You get one that just looks like one or the other more often than not, right?
Yeah,
Like what's my guy
yeah,
Hudson and the Gerudo girl when they had Madison. She's just a
yeah.
Gerudo,
She
but
just came out
she
all
had his
Gerudo.
hairstyle. Unfortunate, so unfortunate. But but she's still a cute kid. Super unfortunate. But like, yeah, that's a good point. I think that makes sense. Yeah, he probably just had Hylian blood, but looked more Zonai. I think there you go. Boom, solved it.
I think I told you. I
Satisfied.
don't know if I told you, but I saw a video where like somebody kidnapped her and brought her back to fucking Tokyo.
I've seen that. I've seen
Like
that one.
they
I've seen that
fucking
one.
like that shit was so funny, bro.
I seen the one where they put Pura in like in a thing and closed it off, and then they started making the bound chicken wow wow sounds when it was flying off, like insinuating that you and Pura having sex in there. That shit was funny. The queen was really a furry. Hey man, that Zonai dick might hit different. You don't know. Get it? Um. Yeah. So yeah, Sled Shield. My
Has the
favorite
name Sonya ever been used before?
in Legend of Zelda in general, because yeah, Raura we know from Ocarina of Time. Sonia.
Yeah,
Um.
he's the Sage of Light, but like, yeah, has the name Sonya like ever just been used at all?
Honestly, not that I can remember.
Like, is there anything special about that?
I don't think so. I can't remember though, honestly. But I'm
Yeah,
saying
me
no.
either.
I don't recognize the name. So that was the first time we got that. I don't think she's in any other game. But if someone in the chat remembers a Sonia from another game, no matter how insignificant the character was, let me know. I don't think so though. So yeah.
Yeah, when they said that dude was Robert, I was that shit kind of blew my mind for a second. I was like, hold on, what the fuck do you mean Robert?
He's like, you're like, no, the fuck, you not,
Like, nigga, I know
Raru, a bald
Robert.
ass nigga.
Yeah, nigga, I know that nigga. What do you mean you're him?
You are not.
Like, and that's another reason why I feel like this has to be like a different place, like a different like timeline. Cause
Yeah. I think Hyrule Historia is done, and I actually think
Didn't
it's for the
like
better. I think it's for the better. I never actually loved
yeah.
the timeline stuff that much. I engage with it because I'm a Zelda person and I know my lore and stuff, but I never really loved it, so I don't really care if we're doing away with it. It doesn't bother me personally. I just wish they would say it or not say it, or like confirm it or not confirm it. That would just make things a little easier. That's all. You know. You know. But all right. I want to start talking about some characters. What was a new character introduced to this game? We'll talk about some of the older ones that came back that you liked a lot, like a completely new character. I don't care how insignificant they were to the like they were. I'll give you one, Maestro. Yeah, yeah, that nigga killed me. The mosquito looking nigga with the band. I love him. Yeah, yeah, yo, he killed me, bro. He's funny as hell, dog. Like that mosquito looking that nigga was moving me with his little band, yo. I like him. I like him. He funny. Every time he went, yeah, yeah, I started laughing. My friend like, why you keep doing that? Like I'm like, it's just a stupid little sound clip from a character from a game. He kept doing it, made me laugh. And Minoru grew on me. Ended up liking her a
Yeah,
lot. I like her a lot. And I'm
yeah.
gonna
I
tell the
would say
chat this. I'm in them guts. I'm in there. I don't know what she is, but it moves me. I'm in there. I'm
nigga
in
said I
there.
had an awakening. But
Freaky
nah,
deaky, freaky frog set.
I like the Minoru. I like the Sidon's wife.
Oh, she's great.
I can't remember her name though. I can't remember her name, but I liked her a lot. And I like fucking what's the little nigga from the little nigga in
Off rack.
Goron
My nigga
Goron
off
City. Yeah,
rack.
my nigga off right. That nigga raw. That nigga, the only smart nigga in the whole game.
He's like, I don't think that was Zelda, bruh. I said, oh my god, somebody with sense, and it's like a 4-year-old Goron. Yona.
Like, bro, yeah, I fucked with my nigga off right. Yeah,
Yona.
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 I liked Yona.
Yona's interesting because she said that she's a Zora that came from a different place, not from that area. So expanding the Hyrule like, area and whatnot. So yeah. But yeah, off rack, absolutely. I can't believe I almost forgot about him. Yeah. He like just I'm like, thank you for being smart. Like, why would Zelda do that? Like, it's not Zelda Link, you know this. I have the master, so just tell them. Something fishy's going on. That shit was kind of bothering me, but it's okay. It's just video game stuff. It's not a big deal. But I had the mystery solved. Like Ganon is making a fake version. I didn't know it was Puppet Phantom Ganon because I thought Phantom Ganon was the Gloom Hands thing. But speaking of Mr. Dorf, I want your opinion. I want your guys' honest opinion on Ganondorf in this game. Like him, not like him. You thought they could have done more? Because I still enjoyed everything I got. Because I think Ganondorf is probably Nintendo's best villain or top 3. I like Bowser, but it's not Bowser. I don't know. Andros. Who the fuck else do they have like that? Let's think. King K. Rool. I don't know. DDD. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Ridley,
Ganon's that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is
this
it
is not
Ridley
my
or
favorite
fucking?
version of Ganondorf, though, unfortunately. But what do you think about him? Chat and you.
I enjoyed him. I liked him a lot, and I have to say that moving forward, I believe Ganondorf always needs a voice actor from here on out.
Yep.
Like, I don't give a fuck who else has a voice actor.
He sounded
Ganondorf is
raw.
gonna need one.
Yeah, he sounded raw.
Yeah, like I'm so serious when I say everybody else in the game can be voiceless. That nigga needs a voice actor every single time because he was spitting. Like, bro, I think I told you I was like, bro, I waited the entire game to hear that nigga say, "You witness a king's revival" or some shit like that. And he did not let me down when I got to that point.
I think the voice acting in this game was generally a lot better, but I think he was easily the best one. Actually, him and Tulin. I like Tulin a lot, but he was like the best one because, like, I think we were speaking about this a little bit earlier. When he has to like raspy, dry voice when he's in a mummy form, when he's dehydrated and malnourished, it's like menacing. It's just like, you know, so the sages, yada yada. Like it's kind of like whatever. Then when he bulks up, it's like, a king rules. That is what he must. Like the bass came, like yo, Matthew Mercer killed it. I just wish I saw him do more stuff, maybe in present time or just get a little bit more of his rise to being a king or something, because he's just kind of there like trying to brute force the Hyrule Kingdom. Why do you want to rule it? Why you hate those niggas? Did anybody oppose you when you became king? Do they just follow you blindly? Like I said this earlier. The only other game you can make the case he's not that involved is Twilight Princess, because Zant is the big bad until Ganon comes. But Ganon manipulated a nigga who wanted power and used him to his own benefit and advantage. And Divine Prank is raw. The Divine Prank is one of my favorite things in Zelda. I don't care what anyone tells me. They tried to execute that nigga, hit the Triforce of Power, killed the sage, and took his fucking sword. I said, yo.
Bro, I think we talked about this before, but like every time I like as a kid when I saw that, the only thing I could think of was that being fucking what's her face, the Ruto, because he killed the Sage of Water.
Oh shit.
But I don't think, but like if you're going off if you're going off the timeline, it shouldn't be her because in that time she shouldn't have awoken as the Sage of Water. But it was like as a kid though, like I wasn't really thinking about that shit. So when I saw it, I was like, damn, this nigga just murked Ruto. That shit's crazy.
No, facts. And like Ganon in this game was powerful, menacing, and raw. I just thought that his characterization could have used a bit more. Though I know he's just an evil ass nigga. That's fine. I get that. But I felt like in every other game that he was in, I just got a little bit more. I constantly tell people that like Ganon was actually very involved in the Ocarina of Time story without necessarily obviously you see him bowing to the king. He sees you guys in the window and he looks at y'all. He slaps you off the horse when he's leaving the castle with Zelda or whatever. Or no, Zelda is leaving with Impa, sorry. And then Ganon's going after whatever. And then he cursed the Deku Tree, he cursed the Goron's lair, he cursed the Zora area. And then when he realized you were getting the stones to go to the Sacred Realm, he just lets you open it. He's like, you stupid little nigga, thank you. Hyrule's mine. And for 7 years, he was doing his thing. Right?
And then even after those 7 years, he still fucking shit up because he brought Volvogia back to life.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, eat these niggas. I said, yo, what? You eat Gorons? Fucking crazy. Like, yeah, man. Wind Waker seems to be people's favorite version of him because he talks about like the harsh sands and the lushness of whatever. I coveted that wind, I suppose. I wanted it, blah blah blah. But like, as much as I think that was a cool version of him, maybe he had time to reflect and yada yada. I'm like, that nigga's evil. Like, he ain't help his people. They don't be like, oh, Ganon, you're a good king. You're trying to help. Like, nigga, he evil. Like, cut it out. That didn't move me, you evil bastard. Like, so I don't have the same opinion as most people for Wind Waker Ganon, though I very much enjoyed him. I'd argue Twilight and or Ocarina are my favorite ones, but I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy Ganon in this game. I did. I just probably wanted more after so long of not seeing him, and maybe that's me being greedy. But good design, good voice acting,
I think it's reasonable.
Yeah, so there was that. How'd you like the final battle with Ganon? I thought that was probably that and Twilight Prince. Actually, I don't know. This one was really good because like when he first flurry rushed you, what did you do? I paused the game. And like sometimes I pretend I'm in a sitcom and I looked at the invisible camera. I'm like, yo, and then I went back to the game.
Nah, that shit actually did throw me off for a second. I was like, bro, this nigga just flipped over my shit.
So I think you could.
What are you?
Mm.
No, go ahead.
I think a testament to how strong they are is that they both have the like bullet time, so they could do a lot of actions really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like Link, they'd say like Link said that when he's focusing, sometimes he feels like time slows down, which means Ganon has the same ability as you, which is interesting. I like that.
Yeah, that shit was raw. Like I think it might actually be my favorite final battle. I think before that, I would probably have Twilight Princess as my favorite final fight.
That's what I'm wrestling with because I really like that you fight him in the wolf form and beast, and you chomp out the wound that the sages made. Well, first I think it's Puppet Zelda, then that. Then do you fight him on horseback, and then you have your ones? Like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome. When I was younger
Yeah,
playing Ocarina of
the
Time, I
horseback
didn't
shit
know
was
much
raw.
about the plot and reading, so I didn't understand the rawness of this villain. That first floor was had my blood pressure going, and I had to lock in. I won't even lie to you, I fucked up the first time too. Like he flurry rushed, I
Bro, he
paused it,
got me.
I had time to
That
react,
nigga
and he
got me.
still slapped my ass on the ground and took a heart, and destroyed a heart. I said, "Oh fuck."
That shit was raw. I actually like that. I like that shit a lot. How he could just permanently take your hearts away, bro. I thought that shit was fire.
That was amazing, and it made sense for why I had so many hearts and things like that. I know if you mess with the demon statue, you can skew things, but I just got max wheels and they got the most hearts I can get. So that makes sense and hardy stuff, gloom resistance, so it all makes sense. I really enjoyed that. How many flurry rushes in a row did you ever have to do to hit him? Mine was 3. So like he
Shit, I
attacked
think I
me,
only got
I
2.
flurry rushed, then I attacked him, he flurry rushed, then he attacked me, I flurry rushed, then I attacked him, and then I hit him. What was the most that
I
happened
think
for you?
I did 2, and like on the second one, bro, I fucking shot that nigga with an arrow.
Okay.
I was like, I wasn't trying to, yeah, I wasn't trying to go through that shit and get hit again. Yeah,
Yeah.
I take the chance.
Yeah. I like having Gandalf with equal skill as Link. It made for a very interesting boss battle. And I'd argue in this game you end up much stronger than you were by the end of Breath of the Wild. Especially
I
since
also
the
like the
Master
fact of like
Sword
how
was
he,
sucking sacred energy, was bathing in sacred energy for how fucking long? Jesus. He could not break that.
yeah, that shit
Remember,
was
he broke
crazy
that shit
for the entirety of Breath of the
malnourished
Wild.
and mummified and dehydrated. And now we can't now with his full power Demon King mode, he can't break it. That's a testament to how much stronger you've
Mhm,
gotten, how stronger the blade is.
mhm.
So yeah.
And also, I really like how you said, you get a lot of hearts for this fight. I
Mhm.
also like how that nigga Ganondorf just fucking breaks his own health bar and just goes off the screen with that shit. I was like,
I
bro, what
do
the
wish
hell?
it went in both directions though. Or like came back around.
Yeah, that should have been fire.
That's the only like it's because it looks kind of ugly like aesthetically, but it was so raw because I'm like, yo, his health bar is it's going. It's going. Yo, it's still going. I'm like, yo, stop. It was going, man.
That shit was raw. I was like, okay, this, yeah, I gotta say, this might actually be my favorite fight, but
Mhm.
it's like there's just so many parts to it. You know what I mean? Like I said, like the intro. Like I really like the intro when that nigga's talking and he hits you with that. You witness a king's. Do not look away. You witness a king's revival and the birth of his new world or whatever. And then he drops down, pulls his sword out. I was like, nigga, that shit was raw. And then y'all get the ones in. You know what I'm saying? You beat him, knock that nigga back, and I think that's when he fucking. Is that when he breaks his health bar, or is that when
After
he like
after
made
the
the
first
bones of
round when he fight
himself?
him, he goes, like the thrill of battle, something, and I haven't even begun to reach the limits of my power. And then he goes Demon King mode. I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. I don't know what's up with me. I could barely flurry rush against that nigga Ganon. Ganondorf was A1 this game as a boss battle. Yeah. I thought the spectacle end battle that you can't really lose, in my opinion, was much better than what we did with Calamity Ganon. The 2 dragons, Zelda
So
coming
much
to
better.
save you was so very raw.
That shit,
Unfortunately,
bro.
it's not a real fight at that point. You just land on him and then you just
Yeah,
walk to the thing and you slash it. But the reason that
and it's a victory lap.
the reason I give that whole moment it's just due because I personally never thought Zelda was staying as a dragon. So for anyone who thought that, like it's a Nintendo game, I don't know what y'all was thinking. She was gonna get healed somehow. I feel like we used recall against her to revert her back before maybe eating the sacred stone, and the sacred stone is around her neck. So I feel like we used recall on her. That being said, I actually teared up when I had to catch her at the end because it was such a parallel to the beginning when she fell in the chasm and you couldn't catch her, and you were shit. I'm getting emotional. Hold on. SpongeBob meme. Go back here. Right? So like I was like, oh nah, you're not want to fall. This time I'm catching you. Like I loved that moment at the end.
Yeah,
I
I
was
really
getting
like that,
emotional.
bro.
Shit.
I did not let go of the dog button. Like from the moment they gave me control, I held the dog button the entire way down.
I know I didn't let go, bro. I did not let go. So like I
I was like, yeah,
really
bro,
felt her
I got to get there.
sacrifice. I really felt her sacrifice. Like I'm like,
Yeah,
bro,
she gave it all.
you spent 100 years holding back Calamity Ganon and then spent thousands upon thousands of years as an immortal dragon. Like, nah, I'm saving you. I really like Link's and Zelda relationship in this series. It moved me like a motherfucker. I know before that, my favorite one was Skyward Sword, but this one was so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
So, oh man, I get
I'm not gonna
emotional
lie.
thinking about it.
I'm actually kind of sad having to say goodbye to these niggas. Like, no, the next game won't have this Link or Zelda. That's actually kind of sad.
Do you know that for a fact? Or did you see that today?
I'm I don't know it for a fact. I just don't think they're gonna come back to this. I feel like they're done here. I mean, I don't know. Let me not say that. Let me not say that. I still think there's
I
room
don't
for
disagree with what you're saying, but I would actually like a trilogy. Here's what so let's
yeah.
talk about this for a little
I
bit.
hope so.
Let's talk about this a little bit. Let's talk about like our hopes and dreams for the next Zelda game in 2029 or something, 28. I don't know, right?
Mhm.
Trim the fat. Actually, I'd like to go to a different world. Like, I'm not mad if you want to keep the Hyrule base. I really don't have a problem with that. Reuse your assets, but I'd like to go to somewhere like Lorule. Not I'm not saying go there.
I
I
was about
don't
to say that.
literally go to Lorule, but I'm like the Twilight Realm, like a different area, different kingdom, a parallel place. Like I want to go somewhere different if I could. And personally speaking, if I was gonna pick a bad guy, I'd pick Vati. What do you think about that? The Wind Mage? Vati's been in a couple of games.
I would actually go with that. I would do that too because he was in the Minish Cap, right?
Yes, and he's in Four Swords,
Yeah.
either
And
Adventure or Four Swords. I can't
that
remember which one he's in. He's in there. He's in there.
all right. So using Vati, you could actually knock off two of the things you want because with Vati you could have him as your villain, and then you could also have the fucking Minish world as an alternate place to go.
Or if you
And
want to
I
redo his
remember they said,
origin, wherever he comes from, you know?
yeah. But I remember they said that like one of the things for Breath of the Wild was to have like a little Minish world, like a Minish world type thing, but they just couldn't get it done or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But like they had like little small villages and shit like that. So
That's really
I wouldn't mind that. I'd like that.
Star
But
Destroy says, nah,
yeah,
we need a trilogy. Give us the fucking Triforce facts. But Mook said, I hope they're done here. We need new characters in a new world. They can't milk this again. I'm not mad at either opinion. I think both are valid. I'll
yeah,
take
honestly,
whatever.
me either.
I'm not mad if we move on, and
Me
I'm
too.
not mad if we stay. But if we stay, I do need some pretty major differences. I
Me
kind of
too.
almost wish the
If we
chasm didn't exist, and the chasm was like the new world in the next game. You know, a little bit.
yeah, because the depths was like that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah. And
But
going in there with the
yeah, if
horn
we
going burn when you're going down the first time is scary. I did not want to go down there, bro. I was scared. I'm like, yeah, what's down there?
yeah, that shit was creepy. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is just like something that I want. No, nobody has to agree with this because I'm pretty sure it's gonna sound stupid. But in the next game, I need a musical instrument. Like I don't care.
That's
I
not
love when
stupid.
Link plays on his instruments.
We're
I
used
love
to
when Link
that.
plays music. I
Yeah,
need
we're
that
used to
shit
that.
back. I need it back. I don't care.
Or Karina
I don't care
using
what
the
it is.
conductor, the harp. I get you. I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you
I,
know what I'm
I
saying? I
would
don't
like
care
that
what
too.
it is. I need my nigga playing music again.
I would like to play some tunes, some big tune, Panme or Karina. I'm not mad at that at all. Mhm.
Yeah. But yeah, if we do come back to this, like you said, I need to for one, I need them to address what's going on with this timeline shit. Honestly, like tell me, like you don't have to. I mean, well, I guess I just want to know if this shit's connected to the last shit or if we're just in some whole new territory.
Mhm.
And what what would they do differently? Like like what new abilities would they give Link this time around?
Yeah.
And like how would he operate? Because he doesn't have the Zona arm anymore. So
He has arm back. I heard the depths horn when I thought to fight a boss. I
that's
kind of feel
actually
that.
that's actually something I wasn't expecting. Like I didn't think his arm would get healed. I thought he would just keep his Zonai arm.
So did I actually. I was very surprised Raru like took it back. I'm like, nigga, you're dead. What do you need this for? Give me this arm. It's raw. I
Yeah,
got
for real,
powers.
bro.
I got
Like
powers.
yeah, bro.
I don't want my arm
Did
back.
you see the shit I was doing? Like nigga, not even just fighting wise. Like bro, did you see the amount of ways I can help niggas around here? Give me this shit back, bro. What are you doing?
Right? It's my arm now, nigga. You
Fight me
dead.
for it. Shit.
You dead. Fuck, what was I gonna say? I also think something that would be very interesting. This is my like tinfoil hat thing that I would like. I would love a Zelda game where somehow Demise resurrects. Not even Ganon, or even through Ganon, Demise arrives. Like he's like, you think this power is yours? You're my hatred incarnate. I am the one who is the Demon King or something. And then like during the boss fight of the Ganon, the last phase is Demise. I thought that'd be pretty cool. I know it's kind of like that's super fanficky. I get it. I know I'm doing that, but I'd love that personally. I would. I'm
I'm
not
about to
gonna.
say I'm not even hating on it because honestly, I thought that's what was going to happen in this game.
Oh
So
word.
I need that also. Yeah, like
You know what?
when the trailers are coming out.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
No, let's keep talking. I'll go when you're done.
Yeah, no. When the trailers are coming out and they showed like Ganondorf with like his long red flowing hair, and or like even the very first one when like they showed that nigga on the ground, I was like, bro, I wonder if like they could ever bring Demise back through this. But
Yeah.
like at first it was like I saw the nigga and I was like, okay, that's definitely Ganondorf, like the dehydrated version. I was like, that's definitely Ganondorf. But when they showed that nigga like with his full power and like he had the long red flowing hair, the long flowing red hair, I mean, I was like, okay, that nigga kind of looked like Demise right there. So I was wondering if he could have been coming back or if he was just like channeling that nigga's power, which I
Mhm.
guess he pretty much was. But
Well, yeah, or
but
yeah.
yeah,
And the Sacred Stone
because
amplifies your abilities, so his powers of darkness and his warlock abilities went up like crazy. But he said Slingshot Orcree was clean, and the fanfic sometimes raw you cooking. I appreciate that. But yeah, I would truly love that. I don't even hate the idea of it being a tug of war. Like, okay, so just bear with me for a second. You fight Ganon and it's no, I don't know, his first phase, maybe on horseback after or something. Then he activates his power. Then Demise takes over. But like, I almost like the idea of Ganondorf being like, "Oh no, you're done. This is my power now," and taking
yeah,
it back over.
not going with that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Like him,
some
like
all for
I
one and
can actually
Shiggy
see that.
shit. Like, nah, it's
Yeah,
me now, nigga. It's my era.
I
So
can actually see some shit happening like that, where like say like the first phase is Ganondorf, and like you said, he activates his turn, Demise comes in, and then like somewhere throughout that shit, like in the very last phase, it's gonna be you fighting Ganondorf again, because he's gonna be like, nah, bro, fuck that, this is me, nigga. I'm the one who you gotta deal with, nigga.
if you wanted
I
to
can see that shit
come
happening.
back, you
That's
shouldn't have
actually
made the
raw.
curse. Fuck you. And then like
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
that shit would be clean.
This
But
is
yeah, I
my
love that in a new
time,
game. I
nigga.
love that. I would love that. Add a couple more monsters. You can add a couple more monsters from Zelda lore. Make some new ones. Cause are Horblins new?
Yeah, I think so.
I
I've
think they're
never seen those
completely new,
before.
right? I don't remember ever seeing Horblins even in like the first Legend of Zelda game or anything. I don't recall. So I think they're new.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen them before. Actually, I do have a thing that I'd like if we were to revisit this land and these characters. Give Link some fucking sword moves. Oh my god, my nigga is the
Yeah, like the
greatest swordsman of all
backslash and
time,
the
and he can
finisher on the
only
ground and
swing
shit.
swords
Yeah,
off
yeah,
elite.
yeah.
Like, please, bro. I feel like I understand that they don't want people to just get stuck with one general weapon type, but I
Mm.
feel like it's not too much to ask for Link to have more moves with a sword than he does with other weapons. Like I feel like that would be natural.
I almost feel like maybe like the sages will. I don't care because I don't really use their abilities like that much. I don't know how much stronger they get. Maybe they're way stronger at full power. I don't know. I couldn't even tell with Tulin's win because I upgraded him twice. But I think. But I just upgraded Tulin. But what if you could like find scrolls or like I don't even care if it's like the what they call it, the hero shade or something, but like a way for you to learn different sword techniques. So it's like if you parry
Ooh, fire.
something and press A immediately, you roll behind him and slash in the back. You know, during a
Yeah.
flurry rush,
Like I need those back.
yeah, like that'd be really cool. I think because they had different weapon types in flurry rush and parrying, they thought it was enough. But I'm with you. I would like to get back some of those, like the helm breaker and the, in Skyward Sword when they're on the ground, you could stab them in the ground and jump in the air. Like I'd like to bring that back.
Yeah.
That'd be totally awesome. I'm with you on that 100%. Um, would
I
love
do like the
the
fact that
claw
they
shot,
made Link
the hook
unarmored though.
shot is one of my favorite things to use. So I'd love to have that back in a game like this too. It'd be interesting to climb with that too. I think you can make that work. Um, to make climbing a little more seamless and easy. I think that'd be dope. Okay. The what if we don't come back to this? What do you think is the route Nintendo should go? More linear, less linear, or find that perfect middle ground? Because I think there's a middle ground.
I think there's a middle ground also, and
So
we've been
here's
discussing it a lot.
so here's what I'm gonna say. And after this topic, I'm gonna segue to dungeons and shrines. 'Cause I think the shrines are way better. The temples we'll talk about. What I would probably do is I don't care if they want to bring back heart containers. I actually like shrines. I'm sorry. I like them in the first game, I like them in the second game. They're just too many. I think 152 are too much. I think like 100 is fine. Around there is fine, 120 whatever, but 100 is fine. Like probably cut that on the shrines. And I would make the dungeons themselves something like I don't care if you need a dungeon item to do it or not. Like you could do it with whatever tool set you get in the tutorial, but I'd make the dungeons themselves linear in terms of how you progress through them and create good set pieces and whatnot. But you can do them in whatever order you want to do them in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You think it's a good middle ground?
No, yeah, I agree.
So
I
say you go to the Wind
I still
Temple, and
think
now
that.
the Wind Temple has a bunch of like paraglider mechanics you have to use to like platform around, but like it's door to door. Then you go through one, it locks you in, and you fight some like resurrected Rito, corrupted or something. Like I think that would be super dope.
Yeah, I agree.
Mhm.
Um,
Shrines and their quests
yeah,
is what
I
I'll do
don't know.
for a good portion of the game. I like them. I like the quest and most of the side quests that I was doing too. Because we were talking about the side quests making you feel like you're really helping the people of Hyrule and rebuilding it, like saving Lulurin village from the pirate attack. Though I was a little disappointed the pirates weren't like pirates; they're just like goblins and whatnot. But it is what it is. But
Yeah, I didn't like that either, but
yeah,
I
I did.
was really hoping it was actual pirates. Like,
I almost wished
I was
I got like
really
a
hoping
callback to Tetra and like them niggas, but it's okay. It's okay.
that.
Yeah. Yes, 150 is too much, especially in conjunction with the fucking light routes. Finding that many light routes was genuinely was annoying because there was so many parts. Where like, where the fuck is this shit? Like, where is it? How do I get around this part? I'm just flying around
Hmm.
aimlessly. Like, I won't lie to you. The last like 20 light routes, I just put a guide up. I was tired looking at that. Just put a guide up. I'm done. Granted, I know people told me this, but I wish I kind of realized earlier. All I have to do was use the shrines, mark it,
Hmm.
and then go to the depth equivalent of that portion, and I could have done it that way. But I just looked it up. It was fucking
I think I found
annoying.
that out on your stream.
Now the actual shrines in the regular Hyrule, I had no problem finding those because I don't switch my sensor to anything else. I just keep it on shrines. So when it goes beep beep, I immediately get distracted. Huh? Where? This way? That way? And I go find the shrine. So but yeah, like what would you think would work in a Zelda game if you move away from this incarnation of Link and Zelda? Like what would you like to see personally? Do you want heart containers back? Like what are you thinking?
Oh, I never want heart containers back. I'm not even gonna
I
not
think
even
me
gonna
and
front
you are
on you.
totally aligned on that. I don't care to find those again.
Yeah, like I prefer like even if they don't do shrines, I just prefer uh like
Choosing to
spirit
upgrade
orbs
my
or light
heart
orbs,
stamina
whatever you
at
want to.
my will. Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah, I prefer that so much. Like I mean, in a way, like heart containers are kind of that, but like you also I don't know they felt a lot more going out of your way to get when it came to heart containers.
Like
Like
during
I
certain points in the
shrines
game,
are
you'd have to take a break to go find them in areas you can like
yeah
explore. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
but like with shrines, it's just like you just do them hoes. You know what I mean? Like they're all over the place. So like no matter where you're at, there's always gonna be a shrine there.
Yeah.
And then like there's some where it's like they're like the puzzle ones, like the open world ones, like those are really awesome. Also, 'cause, like you have to do a puzzle and then you unlock the shrine and you just get the reward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people don't like the
So
the whatever blessings because they were in the first game too. But I'm like, more often than not, for these ones, the shrine finding the shrine was the trial, or like bringing the crystal to the rock part to make the shrine was the trial. So they don't bother
yeah,
me as
I
much.
will I will say that I think that they did add a lot more blessing shrines in this game than they'd had in Breath of the Wild because like you could
Agreed.
find a blessing shrine in every temple, like on the
Yeah,
way to the temple.
I agree. There was a few that I thought were confusing. There's one in the sky that I found, I don't think it was hard to find. It was just a blessing. The one that shocked me the most was how many they did that was like Eventide Island. I thought there was a lot of those. And there came a
Yeah,
point where I
there
was like,
were a lot of them.
because like
I
there's a
got
point in the
tired of it.
game where I didn't need to actually do it properly. I could just brute force it. So I didn't like, I just grab
Yeah,
the
but
items and I literally just walk up and beat their ass.
yeah, that's also like around the same time where like I like that they gave Link an unarmed attack in this game.
Yes.
Even when you do that
The
shit, like
Giga Clan
you
technique.
can just start off hitting the fucking just hitting them with
Mhm.
that little
Or
earthquake.
Shaker, whatever it's called. Yeah. Yeah. Going to the Giga Clan stuff was pretty fun though, all things considered. I did enjoy that. I had fun with that little quest too. Did you like the shrines better in this game? I did.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
think so also.
I thought because of the game's ultra hand mechanic, this game was designed for you to just you figure it out however you figure it out. Like generally speaking, when you did it in the other game, you felt like you broke the game, like you outsmarted it. But in this game, that's kind of the design choice. Because like I
Yeah.
saw what some people were doing to hit some of those targets. Some guy like made this like ice platform and a long stick and something to hit it. I'm like, bro, just bomb arrow. Just bomb arrow. I don't do all that. Anytime I saw those targets, I just put a bomb arrow out, hit it, and kept it pushing. I did not overthink that shit. And in the
You
first
can
game, those like
literally do
marble
whatever.
ones, I didn't. I just turned the shit completely upside down and slapped to the other side.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
Yeah. So,
Just let that whole roll on the flat surface. I'm not going to that maze, bro. Fuck that.
yeah. But yeah, I think there's a middle ground. Cut down on the shrines a bit. Get enough to get like 20 hearts and maybe three stamina wheels. Leave it at that, whatever that number is. I can't math. I don't know.
I think
Mhm.
I think something they could also do is like how you were saying earlier about like finding scrolls and things like that. I
Mhm.
think that instead of like finding scrolls, one thing they could do to help like keep or bring Zelda into like modern gaming is to just like have you be able to buy skills. Like with the like when you go to upgrade your health or stamina, you could be able to like buy specific like moves or whatever.
Like spin attack, charge spin attack. Okay, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Another thing that'd be cool is if like, what if in the next game, right? You still keep like the whole like obviously all the races, but like the strongest person of each race can teach you something from their clan. So like, let's say it was Riju in this
Oh.
game. It's like okay, Riju could teach you Urbosa's lightning strike or something. Like I think that'd be cool. Or the Goron could teach you like a sumo move
Yeah.
or something. I'd like that.
No, yeah,
Sup-
I'd actually
Imagine
like
being
that.
Link and you suplex a fucking Moblin. That'd be fucking raw.
Hey, bro, niggas would not. I would not shut up, bro. I would not shut up.
Yeah, you wouldn't hear the end.
I'd be
You
like, yeah,
wouldn't hear the end of
I
it
was
from
like,
me.
I'm about to say, I'd already tell you, beat your ass at his sword. Now my nigga can whoop your ass for real with just his hands. Oh, it's a wrap.
Yep. I also thought that like maybe adding another weapon type would be good, like a gauntlet or a tonfa or something, so you can be more melee, like with his hands. That'd be cool. Like some like cool
Yeah,
like gloves you put on that are like metallic, and you can just start punching niggas. That'd be
that
pretty
should be
nice.
fire.
Yeah. There's a lot they can do. I trust El Numa. He doesn't really let me down like that. Like, the only like two Zelda games that I could think. I'm like, bro, I don't really like these games like that. It's like Link's Awakening and No, Link's Awakening isn't even a bad game. It's just comparatively one of my least favorite. Zelda 2, I never played again after beating it, and I'm not
And
a
never
fan of
will.
Triforce. Triforce Heroes, I think, is kind of booky. That's it. Those two. Every other Zelda game I like. I don't like it as much as other ones, but I like them. Even like Hyrule Warriors. Though I didn't play Age of Calamity, I just watched the Zeltic video. We explain what happened. I didn't play
I'm not
that.
gonna lie, bro. That nigga Link is so raw in Age of Calamity. Like that
Yeah,
nigga is so strong in that.
but like to me, that's like how strong Link is. Like that's what I imagine he's really doing. Because like if
It,
you and Ganon have bullet time, you're probably throwing sword attacks so fast people can't really see. And like think about it, like you're in the air and you shoot 10 bomb arrows. That means in a split second you shot like you went like mad quick. Like him doing damn combos to me is like kind of what I imagine is happening when I'm fighting stuff
mm-hmm.
in Hyrule Warriors
And
and
it's
whatnot.
also funny. I think I told you this before. Like I say this a lot, but like it's also funny to me because it makes it so much funnier in Breath of the Wild when like you go to get the Master Sword, and the Deku Tree says you're not as strong as you were 100 years ago, and
Mhm.
then like you compare Link in the game to like what he's doing in Age of Calamity. It's like, yeah, nigga, I see why.
Yep.
It's like I see exactly what you mean, nigga. I'm nowhere near that right now. Like I'm still him. I'm still that nigga. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not that nigga no more. I see exactly what you mean.
100%. Like he's that dude, but it's like, yeah, you need to hit the gym, my guy. Get your hearts back up. You need 13 hearts for the first game and 2 stamina wheels for this game, if I remember correctly. Um, so one thing that disappointed me about this game a lot, personally speaking, was did it feel to you in some ways I don't want to say disconnected from Breath of the Wild, but like I don't recall seeing any remnants of any of the Sheikah technology, no like guardians. So like you
No,
know, this
they
Calamity
definitely.
Ganon always rises from the bottom of Hyrule's castle, and it makes so much sense when you learn Rauru sealed him there.
Mhm.
Was he doing that consciously, subconsciously? Like just no real callbacks to that. There was some. There was some. I'm not gonna say there was none, but nothing's concrete enough for me where it's like you've been terrorizing the kingdom even when you were sealed, you monster, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt strange
Yeah.
to me that no one really brought up too much stuff from the past. There was a school in is it Hateno village? I'm thinking of what village had the mayor thing? Was it Hateno?
Yeah, Hateno.
In that school they talked about it. So like I'm not saying it's not there. It's there, and there are things that connect to the old game. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it just felt like it wasn't enough. I don't know if you felt that way though.
No, I agree. And like it's also partially like when we were talking about like how nobody remembers Link from last game.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make sense. Like I don't. But yeah, like I don't see how all of the fucking Sheikah technology could have gone away in like 5 years. Like that doesn't make sense. Like what did
Yeah.
y'all do with the Divine Beast? You know what I mean? Like
A
y'all couldn't have
theory that
got.
I saw is all the Skyview towers that Pura them built were used with the parts of the Sheikah stuff. I don't know if you subscribe to that. I've I've heard people saying that
I mean,
because you could see a little bit of it with
I'm not
the
against it.
thing that like pushes you up. It does look
Yeah,
Sheikah technology shrine divine beastish.
yeah, I'm not against it. But like, see, I just that actually does make sense because they're also all in like completely different places. But like, it just makes you wonder like did the original towers like just go back underground? Like what the fuck happened?
I don't know. Another theory that I saw that makes sense that this is I actually used to know this stuff really well off the top of my head. I don't remember the exact term, but I think the term I'm thinking of correctly. If I'm wrong, someone could correct me. Is closed time loop. So the things that happen with time are meant to happen. So what happens when she went back in time to the founder of Hyrule? In this weird rewritten version of the timeline, that doesn't happen. It's more like the lights of shrine and stuff that are there. So it kind of weirdly time wise wiped out a lot of the Breath of the Wild stuff. But I don't think that fully makes sense. But I got the general idea of what that guy was trying to say when I was reading it on I don't know Twitter, X, Twix, whatever we're calling it now, like that. So um what do you think about that though? Like, how do I explain this in a way that makes sense? So it's like the idea that Breath of the Wild has
No,
to
I get
happen,
what you
and
mean.
then teaching has to happen, but because she goes back in time and things are different, it changes the events moving up to the present. So all that shit kind of vanishes. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, I get
No.
what you mean that way.
Yeah.
I don't like how I thought about it is just that like it's one of those. Like, let me think. Because when you start talking about time, you know that shit starts getting fucking wild. But
Time
I
you
don't know.
whine me, be a bitch.
But yeah, I just felt like you know, when she goes back in time, it didn't really change much. It just happens in the background.
Hmm. I
So
feel
like,
that.
because like you said, like no matter whatever happens is always going to happen. So all the events of Breath of the Wild still happened in Tears of the Kingdom, in my opinion. It's just that like Zelda still goes back in time. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain that shit. So it's just that when she goes back in time, all that shit still happens regardless. She's
Feel it.
just she's just back in time while it's taking place.
I feel that. Would you have liked the opportunity for Link to travel back in time to the first? Because I thought originally that's how I was gonna save her. Um, I thought we were gonna like pluck her from the past. I don't know how to make sense in the future. There's two Zeldas now or something, but that's what I thought originally. I just never thought she was staying a dragon. I saw a lot of people complain about that. I'm like, it's a Nintendo game. I just didn't see that. Like, I'd have been shocked if I couldn't save her from being a dragon.
Yeah, that would have been a crazy ending, honestly.
Yeah. But it looks like she kept
I
some
actually,
semblance of her sanity because she kept watching the area which she knew you would come out with, and she's like, you see the light dragon first, and the light dragon's in the Great Sky Temple. And when you're fighting Calamity Ganon, she saves you. So I feel like she was still in there.
yeah, definitely. Um, I also feel like when you take the sword out, that also you know awakens up like wakes her up a little bit more.
Hmm.
But and uh, but yeah, see that's another thing where like it's so weird because like the light dragon had to have been there, like through the events of Breath of the Wild. But another reason why it kind of makes sense to me is because in Breath of the Wild, like when the dragons disappear, they fly up into like a portal in the sky, and it's like they just like go up into there, like it's a game mechanic where the like going up somewhere to fucking D-res or D. Like you could, in theory, you could say they were going up to like the Sky Islands where those were at. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And they would just be like somewhere out of view where like you couldn't see in Breath of the Wild. But since the Light Dragon, she never comes from the Sky Island until you pick up all the dragon tears, and then that's when she like actually comes down and you can see her from the like from the surface.
Yeah,
And
because
they actually
light
mark it
dragon
on the map.
stuff, I never got it. I never got that until I finally landed on her. I never had shards or anything of the light dragon. I had all the other ones because she's so high up.
Yeah,
She
me
was
either.
hard to
Because like
find.
yeah, like in the first couple times I actually ran into the Light Dragon, I didn't know it was Zelda. I didn't want to fucking like hit
Mm.
because like I didn't know what was gonna happen. And then when I found out it was Zelda, I definitely didn't want to fucking hit it.
Yeah, I felt wrong after that. Like, I'm not gonna hit you for scales.
Yeah,
Like, it just didn't
yeah.
feel right.
Oh, but yeah, like I just couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I would like land on her and get like the shards off her back type shit, but like I couldn't fucking shoot Zelda and get like a shard of like Light Dragon's fang or whatever. I couldn't do that.
I totally feel you. I didn't do it either. I just collected the shards. 100%. We did the exact same thing. I never hit her. I
But
never
I
like
also
I never
I'm
had
also
those items in my inventory at all. Scale, claw, or horn of the light dragon. I just had the
yeah,
shards.
never, not once. But that also like it also opened up some questions to me about the original three dragons and how they came to be.
Who are they?
Because
Who
like
ate them? Who ate a secret stone?
yeah,
Or are they naturally
because
dragons? Like,
like
you know?
yeah, like in this world did was it furor what's the other two?
Farosh and Denal, right? Denal.
Yeah, but what are their other names like from Ocarina?
Oh, fuck. I
Let
forgot.
me see.
I know what you're talking
I
about.
think it's like furor. Uh,
Farosh.
Yeah, but you know who I mean. The three
Yeah, yeah,
goddesses. You know who
yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
Like, so I just wonder, like, in this timeline, did they also like all eat? Like, did they create this land and then like eat the like become eternal dragons so they can like continuously watch over it forever instead of instead of like going into the heavens as gods and like never coming back down or whatever. Like, how did those three dragons come about?
That makes sense to me. What's up, Glam? I definitely haven't been asleep since 7 p.m., so you definitely will sleep. um, I don't. That makes sense to me, honestly. I actually don't have a problem with that. Nehru, and Farore. Yeah, because it's like
Yeah,
Denal, shit, Farosh. Like their names all
Farosh.
have like those names in it. So I think you're right. I think you're right. They could have some connection to them. but I don't know if the gods like how many secret stones are there? You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that would be the next thing, and then it would also be like where the secret stones come from, like really come from, because according to Raw rule, they're Zonai things, right?
yeah, brother
It's
Glam,
me, the man.
Bro.
wakey wakey.
Yep. I woke up
I,
and I see what you doing in my DMs 2 hours ago. I was asleep.
how you doing though? You good? Well rested?
I'm good. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
just been
god.
talking Legend of Zelda stuff. So, cause the stream was long overdue.
Yeah.
But now we can run through a lot of the stuff that we talked about and get your opinion on it too. Cause I was actually getting ready.
How
Not to.
long ago was it when you and I had that talk about it? It was after a stream we did. I remember that, but it was
I
like
think we did views from the Watchtower, but it was it was a while ago. I still think it was in
with it.
May.
I think we spent longer than the actual stream.
Yeah, we did. We talked about a lot of things. Hmm. But yeah. So like, yeah, let's run through it because you beat it, right? Too, right? You think you beat it? I don't think you did.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think.
Yeah, I
But
beat it.
what was your? Oh, we'll start with this. What was your favorite ability to use in this game? Mine was. I said ascend. I think you said fuse, right?
Hmm.
What was your favorite
Well,
ability?
yeah, it's easily ascend for me.
Feel it.
I found myself spamming that shit.
Yeah. It was
Or it's so clutch.
so clutch.
I can't even really say it was a favorite one. It was just the one I used the most.
No, I genuinely liked it. Like I think it looks
Okay.
cool too. And I like the little fake loading screen to when you're going really far, so they can load shit in. Like I like swimming through it and coming up. I like that ability a
Okay.
lot. Um, fuck, we talked about a lot of shit already. You know what? I'll just keep going and then I'll just circle back because I did want to get to this too because what were we just talking about? Fuck, we talked about the dragon and stuff because then I wanted to lead that into like where the fuck is the Triforce? Like that was weird to me. Because even Breath of the
I
Wild
still
didn't
think
really
Zelda
have it,
has
but
it.
when Zelda awakened her sacred powers to stop Calamity Ganon, you saw it on her arm. And I'm like, you know what? That's enough for me. I'll take it. It's there.
But yeah, as far as this game goes, I don't think they didn't have any imagery of it at all, did they?
Not that I can really remember. Because we were using the first of all, I don't like saying sacred stones because I know what a Magatama is. Right? So just like call it that. But
Also,
and it's not a secret. Everyone knows what it is.
every time you say Sacred Stones or anybody says it, I just can't help but think of Fire Emblem.
No, it's secret stone. But yeah, you're right. Yeah. But yeah, secret stone. Like what? I don't know. But
Secret
yeah, like
Stone.
what's up with the Triforce? Where's it at?
Miss MIA, man. I don't know. I don't know what to
I,
tell you.
I feel like yeah, but I feel like that has to do with like whatever the fuck is going on with the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I should say as well. Did y'all see the announcement about the game
No
earlier
DLC.
today?
Yeah, no DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do
I'm
y'all
not
think of that?
I'm a little disappointed because I'm greedy, but I understand. I think they did enough with all the shit that they did with this game, and I'm sure they put a lot of time and effort into it. But like, I personally wanted more because I'm a little let down by Ganondorf. I am like I still
Hmm.
enjoyed him for what he was, but this is not one of my favorite versions of Ganon from top to bottom. He looks raw. I like the voice acting. Like I said, Matthew Mercer did a great job with the like dehydrated, malnourished, raspy, menacing voice. But then when he bulks up, when he puts the bass in it, and he's like, "You witnessed the rise of a king. A king must rule, or that's what he must do." And I'm like, "Oh
Once
shit! Oh shit! He sounds sexy."
That man tough.
It's like, oh shit! But it wasn't. I was just like, what? Like Ganon is an evil nigga, just evil for evil's sake, and I've always been okay with it. I don't think you have to have the craziest characterization, but like I said like a couple times today, he is way more involved in every game he's in. With the one exception you can say is Twilight Princess, but I'll get to that in a second. Or Ocarina of Time, cursing the Deku Tree, cursing the Zora region and Doron regions with monsters and whatnot. And then, you see him bow. He looks to the fucking side. He sees you guys looking at him. Doesn't give a fuck, even though he's being a snake. Then when he's chasing after Impa and Zelda, and he slaps you to the side. He's like, what are you doing, you little burger? Then he's like, hold on, this kid is getting the sacred stones, or whatever. You know what? I'ma chill. Then when you get them, when you go to, he's like, stupid little nigga, sacred realm's mine, bitch. And then he has 70 years pretty much unopposed. You brought back Volcania to start eating the Gorons and all kinds of crazy shit. Where I'm like, yo, he's very involved. Wind Waker is most people's favorite Ganondorf, though I still think he's just very fucking evil. All that I coveted the winds. I wanted those sands, I suppose, or whatever. And he's talking about, oh, the harsh land. Bro, you're evil. Shut up. You don't give a fuck about none of your people, none of that. You want power. Like, that didn't move me personally, but I get it. Twilight Princess, I love the Divine Prank. It's one of my favorite moments in Zelda. Because I'm like, first of all, what a name. Divine Prank. I loved it. They tried to execute this nigga before he did anything evil because he went back in time and told him, oh, he evil. Stop him. Then they sealed him away without knowing anything about him like that. And I feel like the gods gave him a fighting chance by giving him the Triforce of Power when they tried to execute him. And thus he fucking bodied the sage, took his weapon, and then he manipulated Zant to do his bidding because Zant was a desperate man who wanted power. So I still like him in that game. I'm not one of those people who think that Zant should just. I don't. I don't find if Zant was the only bad guy, but that was fine, and I like that final battle with Ganondorf. Here, first time I see him, he's just like, I guess brute force won't be enough. He's like, oh, what's that? I'ma steal it. Okay, I killed her. All right, demons roam. And I'm like, okay. And then he's sealed. Then you don't really see him until Phantom Ganon stuff, and then the end. And I'm like, oh man, I think I wanted more. Am I being greedy? I don't know. What do you think, Glenn?
He's I echo every sentiment you like. I have many complaints with this game, but like the story aspect of it is that I feel like they spend. I mean, it's not okay. I'll say this: it's a Nintendo game, so story's never really at the forefront unless it's like Fire Emblem. But they spent a lot of time in this game trying to give sort of credence to how important the shit that's happening in the story is, especially when you're getting the sages. And I think you and I had talked about this, where I really feel that in like the third act of the game, it kind of just falls apart. Where like the sages feel useless, Ganondorf just feels like in not a unique and genuine way, Baddie McBad guy who kind of does nothing.
I remember we haven't seen him since Twilight Princess. It's been a long time.
And it doesn't feel like he's outside of the, which also I don't feel like goes anywhere, faking that Zelda's running around Hyrule, which I don't really understand why he did that, if I'm being perfectly honest with you.
Hey, hold on. I can tell you exactly why. Before you
Other than just if the only explanation I can think of is just to sow chaos because he's a dickhead. That's the only reason.
People in Hyrule are fucking idiots.
Oh
Everybody in Hyrule is a fucking idiot.
Except Offrak. That's smartest Goron of all time.
Offrak is the only smart nigga in the whole fucking kingdom.
He was the only one who's like, I don't think that was Zelda, bro. I was like, oh my god, thank you, somebody with a brain. He's like a 4-year-old rock. He just hatched. I love Offrak, bro. Shout out to my nigga.
Bro, out of all the things Puppet Zelda did, the only one that should have even been like somewhat believable would have been the one where she was like, y'all should stay away from like the ruins that are like really up high because it's dangerous or whatever. That's the only one that would have been like slightly believable. But even then, it's like Zelda loves researching in ruins. So like even then, she wouldn't have done that shit.
It just feels like a lot of the story of this game just happened to happen, and it wasn't really anything to actively make somebody that gives a shit about it engage with it.
I feel like she's too smart to be as dumb as she was in the past. Like, nigga, that's Ganon. You fuck, like, you know who that is. Tell him. Like, I think that man holds dark ambitions in his heart. Nigga, obviously. Look at him.
I wonder. He has Ganon in his name. The dwarf is just psyching me out.
Like, what are we doing? Like, she's too smart for that because she was like, oh, look at these hieroglyphs. Oh, we'll take a picture with my pure pad. I'm like, bro, you too smart to be this dumb. But so I don't think you're gonna win. I think we fought. You think? You still don't know? So I had a bigger problem with the storytelling structure. I don't think it worked. The Breath of the Wild structure works here because Breath of the Wild, like I was saying earlier, it makes more sense if you have amnesia and you go to an area and remember a memory. That makes sense to me. So even getting it out of order was fine. But I didn't like I don't think the tier thing for getting, I guess it's because of the name, Tears of the Kingdom, whatever, but like, did it move me? And then like, again, we talk about this ad nauseum. This is something that I've heard everyone complain about because it's stupid. And it's just like the imprisoning war. First of all, that's a scuffle. It's not a war. Where the armies at? Six. It's y'all fought 6 versus Ganon. That is a battles. Okay. So, first and foremost, and then being like, oh my young Goron, Ganon beat our ass, but you get some power. Then I beat the next temple. Oh, young Rito, you're my descendant. Ganon beat our ass.
Let's
Here's
take
something
this
like,
slow.
oh my fucking god, you guys couldn't program something like each person, depending on which order you go in, tells you a different part of the imprisoning war, and it's actually a war to actually see them fucking fight. No, I don't get that. All right,
I
cool,
feel
I
like
guess.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I was baited when them niggas mentioned the imprisoning war. I feel like I was baited really hard
Yeah,
because they knew that was gonna pique niggas' interest,
and it was like,
and that
like
shit
yeah,
literally
Civil
got.
War. Civil War was a 5-on-5 basketball game with a sub.
I'm not gonna lie. The real imprisoning war in this series is really just like the intro to Skyward Sword in comparison to this. Like, that fucking fake myth where they talk about how the goddess sealed demise. Like, I feel
Hell
like
don't
it does
show.
more for the game than any of this shit does.
Yeah. So
Bro, that
yeah,
imprisoning war sets up the first Zelda game, the original imprisoning war.
it just would have liked to see it more and actually it be a war like the Hylians versus the Gerudos and the monsters that Ganon made, the goblins and Lynels and stuff, and like they're all fighting and then they're having their main fight somewhere else. Like that would have been a little better, but it
You
is
know
what
what?
it
I actually
is.
have another question.
But
I have another question. In Ganondorf did all those fucking monsters back then. Where the fuck did they go in Breath of the Wild?
I don't know, because like there's just so
Were they in the depths?
it's kind of funny because I don't know. It's kind of funny because Vince said something today that I thought was interesting. He said, I was kind of telling him a little bit about it because I was thinking about it because I'm like, I think I have a third now under Sea of Stars and Chained Echoes for the year, and he was like, "You remind me of Simi because Simi's kind of harsh on the wrestling because Simi knows too much. Simi is too." He's too ingratiated with the history and the lore and the world building and stuff. Like you know too much. So like as
Mm-hmm.
soon as something's a little off, you're gonna notice it. Cause like I was saying earlier, Glam, it felt like in a weird way, this game felt disconnected to Breath of the Wild in some ways. Like there's moments where they call back to it. I remember being in the school in Hateno Village and the teacher was teaching them about the Calamity Ganon stuff. I'm like, okay, all right, so that's there. And like maybe a small thing here or there, but it was like, was Ganon doing that unconsciously? Like he just has so much hatred and malice, it'll just leak out of him every 10,000 years and wreak havoc because remember Calamity Ganon when he lost the first time, and we'll talk about this. I want your opinion on the I don't think you got every single temple. I don't think you managed. I don't think you cared to get every shrine, but you know the outfit you get. You get the hero's outfit that stopped the first Calamity Ganon, and he's a Zonai. I don't know if you know that, but
I didn't know that.
okay. So that's we'll talk about it in a second. I want your opinion on that, if that makes sense or not. But we kind of I think we figured it out. Um, and I lost my point. Great. Oh, Breath of the Wild connection. Like, remember when Calamity Ganon lost the first time? The second time they said he was cunning and smart, and instead of just immediately like resurrecting himself and wreaking havoc, he corrupted every single guardian and sent his blight Ganons to the divine beast to kill each champion, which kind of to me like insinuates there's a level of sentience there. So I'm just like, he just did not comment on that. Like the Blood Moon still happens with Calamity Ganon and this Ganon. So you bringing up that thing about the minions, where do they go, is a really good question. Like, what the fuck? There's so much like disconnect for me. Like, again, I have mostly a lot of small problems, so it's kind of like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. I have a couple of main complaints, but yeah, I started to see this game for really what it is post honeymoon phase, but I'm not gonna pretend I didn't have a great time with it, and it still wasn't one of my favorite games ever. It's just at this point I know I like
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild more from top to bottom, and I could just look at it for what it is. That's all. Still love it.
I'm
though.
not gonna lie. As we were talking about it, that shit made me want to go play it.
I am gonna do a Breath of the Wild replay next year. I'm gonna do it again. I beat that game twice. This game, I can't play this game again. It's too much to do. It's too big. I'm too lazy. I don't even remember what the first important things I need to do. Cause remember for a while, I'm like, I want the fucking auto build. Where is that shit at? I did not get that till like 80 hours in the game. Cause I
unlocked that
can't
shit
build
so
nothing.
early.
I'm trash with Ultra Hand. I'm brain dead. I can't build a damn thing. So
I'm gonna lie, bro. Like what I started doing, like after a while, what I started doing was like I would go and find like the fucking the
Giga
those
schematics.
Sheikah
Okay.
the Yiga schematics. I would find those and like I would build it and then I would just put it in my auto build shit. Like I would add something on it and I would just fucking put it in my auto build folder. Like I would
Pretty
favorite it.
much.
Like I would take what they made and like I'd put like some wings on it or whatever. Like put like a jet, like put a fucking rocket on it and then just fucking favorite that hoe. And I'd be like, yeah, that's all I need.
And I had
Me and
so much Zononite, like it just, half the time I didn't even bother getting the materials. I just made it with the weird green shit. Go ahead, Glenn.
one of the things I talked about where my main complaints with the game were more gameplay stuff and game design stuff. Because
Yeah,
specifically,
I actually didn't get to the UI and menu stuff that they didn't fix from the first game, but I'll piggyback off you. Go ahead.
because I remember one thing, the primary thing that you and I talked about was number of shrines, number of dungeons, and for me personally, the way I think that the game can really have a player not interact with some of its systems if they just don't use it or it's not tailored to their own playstyle. Like for me in particular, I did basically nothing in the underground. And the reason for that is because I did not feel like the game warranted enough interest from me to bother engaging with like build and auto build systems. So I had no desire to go into the underground because the main reason you would go down there, other than just pure exploration, is to increase your battery limit. But I with the way I played the game, like I just felt it was easier to just if I was flying around, just glide and just use Tulin the majority of the time. I
I
just
agree
got
with that. I agree with that.
because I did all of the sky. Like I did basically all of that because I wanted to get the Sage's wills because I felt like upgrading Sage's was important because of the plot. The underground just felt like it feels weird for me to say this because I know that this isn't really how Nintendo and especially the Zelda team designs their games, but the underground to me just feels really tacked on. Like I don't feel like it's an integral part of the game, even though I know that it is.
It's weird because like I kind of go back and forth because like with me it's like, man, that was the best kept secret about the game because going down there the first couple of times, it's crazy. It's so fun. You're like, holy fuck, it's dark.
You have no
That's
idea
why
it's gonna be that big.
I'm like, that's why you guys gave me 100 million bright bloom seeds. Oh, that's what this bullshit is for. Okay, I get it now, right? But my problem was because it's inverted Hyrule with the peaks and valleys and there's 152 shrines, there's 152 fucking light roots. And I'm like, that's too many light roots. I don't want to find all this shit. I fucking hate finding these light roots because they light up like 1 millimeter of the depths. And then when in hindsight, when I look at the depths, I'm like, honestly, it's very samey in design and how it looks. It's not very visually appealing after you realize it kind of looks the same. And like, I didn't notice this, and this is something I saw in a review. This one guy was showing that even with the Sky Islands, they're the same islands with the same shape, but they'll just flip certain things. They'll flip it to the left, to the right, flip it upside down, and like there wasn't much sky stuff to do. Like the sky to me was actually like the super underutilized part because we were saying earlier we wish there were like bigger dedicated sky islands like the Gray Sky Island instead of those fragmentary pieces just scattered all over the sky, disparately all over the map. Because the sky let me down a little bit. I wasn't the worst thing ever, but like I didn't actually spend much time in the sky. I just did what I needed to do and went back down. I did explore the depths in depth. Like I went hard in the depths. Like I found every
don't get me
tunic.
wrong.
Yeah.
Jumping off a Sky Island and
Raw.
that shit
With
fire.
my fucking skydive set, the dive armor. I love that shit. Yeah.
I will never get up from that.
Even though because this game's so weird for me because I actively tried to make myself engage with a lot of the systems there. Like I am a person where if you talk to me, I will always lean back and fall back onto I want classic Zelda game design, puzzles in dungeons that are like intricately woven and long, and I want like hell, I want 12 of them bitches minimum. Like that's the type of guy I am.
Mhm.
So I am not a person that enjoys shrines. I think they're samey as shit, even with different puzzles that they have. Like it just feels the
I
same.
love shrines. There's just too many.
Yeah, that was like, and I made myself do. I think I did over 100 of them. So I was like, okay, let me actively do this. Many of them that I did were in the sky,
Mhm.
but the problem is that the sky is for sure the same shit everywhere. Like the
Yes.
most different stuff up there is the King Gleox that just vibe up there, and those were the easiest things that I fought in the entire game. Like
They're not hard, yeah.
regular bokoblins were more difficult than those King Gleox. I'm so dead ass.
That's crazy to me. I don't think the goblins are hard to fight, but fair enough. I won't lie to you. Some of them with the early game when I had no armor, even with like post 10 hearts, would slap me once and I'm like, "Du-du-du." I'm like, why am I dead?
I would fight those king, even though I had at the point where I fought them, I had amazing gear where I wouldn't take any like high damage from them. But like, I think all but one of them, I fought them and didn't even get hit a single time.
The only one gave me the most trouble was the first time I fought one because I didn't mean to fight it. I didn't know how to get Zelda's golden horse back through the Heber region without it not seeing me. So I said, "Fuck it, let's go." But I already had the Snow Quill tunic, Dorito tunic, to level 2 or 3, so I was unfreezable. So it couldn't freeze me, and that's really why I think I won that fight. But once I realized all you have to do is walk up to it, rocket shield
Shoot
over the wind, and then just shoot it in the
Yeah.
eye, rinse and repeat. It just became child's play to me.
Like,
And I
use the
actually think
rocket shield when
elemental
spraying it.
monsters are easier to fight because you just have to just throw like I'm fighting like the igneous a talus, a stone talus. I'll just throw some water on that bitch or ice on that bitch and it falls and I just kill it.
Yep.
So any monsters from the first game were easy for me to fight. I still like Lionels to me are still easy to fight. I just flurry rush and parry it and like beat his ass. But um I was scared to fight Gleelox for a while. I won't lie, but they weren't as hard. I actually started farming them because I needed Gleelock guts, and I get the wing and everything except the guts. I'm like, bro, I want to upgrade this armor, please. Oh my god.
I avoided like I think I avoided the Hylian bridge for like a long ass time because of the fucking Gleok over there.
Mhm.
I just kept. I was farming Lionels near the end of the game.
Yeah, the silver
I'm not
Lionel
gonna
horn
lie,
is the
bro.
best attack bonus weapons for sure.
I was getting guts to upgrade my soldier's grease because that was my in-game boot set. Like I just everything else was like Hylian and champion gear that I had, other than my boots because the soldier's grease. I was like, this metal looks cool. I was
So am
gonna
I the
take it.
only person who wears sets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of this group. I had my build and I just stuck to it. The only set that I got that I used was the sticky one. That was it.
That was really good. The frog one was
The
really
only
good.
I mainly use is like the flying one, the sticky one, and the fucking light one. But like my
Well,
main outfit is
I guess you have to use the fucking lightning attack one for that one quest to get to the Thunderhead Isle, but that's not the same.
Yeah,
put
like
on
I put on what
this
I need for the
tunic.
moment. So when I'm usually traveling, because I want to pick up critters and bugs and hardy lizards and stuff, I just wear the Sheikah tunic and sneak around. Like that's what I'm in for the most part. If not, it's the Hylian set with the hood. I dye it black or dye it whatever color. I think I made a grade this game with black in the first game, and I rock that pretty often. Oh, I'm in the depths. I have to walk over this part. Okay, I'll put on the depths real quick. Okay, um in the sky. I get shot up from the thingamajig. I put on the sky set so I can maneuver in the air and land with no fall damage. So I always a person like, okay, I'm fighting a thunder Gleelock. I have the shark armor on. I know I could just wear the helm, but I think it's ugly. I don't wear that shit. So yeah, I guess no, but
Honestly,
I
bro, I
found that
feel
I'm
like
one of the only person who
Gleelock
does that.
looks
Like I'm a
good,
set
too.
merchant. If I need maximum defense, I will put on the soldier shit for 22, 22, 22. I will put it on. So it's kind of funny. All right, it's interesting. That's one thing I love about this game.
My main
Everyone plays
outfit
it
though was
differently.
I put
Was what?
I put Link in his fucking the champion's tunic, the
Hmm.
hood, and fucking
That was me.
the archaic winter.
I had Champion's tunic here, fucking what was it called? Fucking Hylian Hood and Soldier's Grease. That was it. And I had all maxed out. And my defense by that point was fucking stupid when you had all of them on.
And I wear the Mystic armor a lot too, just because I think it looks cool. And I like if I'm in the desert, I have the Gerudo Vo armor set on. But I actually think that he looks so fucking sexy in that armor. He looks so awesome in the Gerudo male armor. I think he looks ridiculous. The ponytail, the one-sided armor on the oh god, he looks so cold in that shit. So
Nintendo's trying to make Link gay.
But that's interesting. Yeah, I'm a set
Oh,
merchant,
God, he
bro.
was
I like to
cool.
wear the whole set more often than not. There's times I don't, but more often than not, I wear the whole set. I didn't like that you had to go to CC to put the hood on and off. That was so unnecessary. I can't just toggle
That
that.
shit
It's
was
so fucking
stupid,
dumb.
bro. Now, I
That,
do
that was the
too.
only reason I did that quest. To get that hood down.
That shit it makes me so mad because I knew they would do something like that too, bro. Like I just can't believe that.
All right.
It's like because when I was thinking about it, I was like, bro, there is like 3 ways they can implement this nigga having his fucking hood. You can do it make it a menu, like you know what I'm saying, right in the menu, or you can like have like a little quick toggle button, or like not even quick toggle. You can have it like fucking
Have to
automated.
do a whole mayoral campaign.
Yeah, that shit made me so mad. I was like, bro, and you have to upgrade both of them if you want the same defense on them. I was like, this shit is stupid, man. But
Honestly, for me, this might be some of the weakest side quests in Zelda. I'm not gonna lie. In the entirety of the series, I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of this, like, it was fine.
There's
but
too
I can't
many.
say it
That's
was
my
like-
only problem. But I like the ones that I did though, because I felt like I was saving Hyrule. Like I like rebuilding Lulurin Village. That was awesome. I enjoyed that.
that shit was dope.
The stuff with the Pelican, with the Lucky Clover Gazette to get the Froggy set armor, I enjoyed that. Though everything with everyone, yeah, from my Maestro, my nigga Maestro. I enjoyed the ones that I did, but I didn't know there was 250 something side quests. I know I didn't even hit 100 of them. I did like 80 maybe. So I like the ones that I did because I felt like I was helping rebuild the kingdom and saving lives and stuff, and like they generally would react to that. The Misko bandit stuff to get the armors or whatever. Those were cool and fun and dandy. But the one that made me laugh with part of her was just like everything was just Yiga. Yiga did everything.
Yeah.
It was just everything was just Yiga. It was just so fucking hilarious to me. It's like it's a talking chicken. No, it's a Yiga clan member, and it's like Link, I'm gonna kill you. And it's like, why do you guys think you're raw? I don't fear you guys. You guys are not cold. Shut up. You guys put
Fuck
no
the Yiga.
fear in my heart. Finding out them niggas were the trees was hilarious though. I'm like, y'all were the trees this whole time?
That shit's
Oh, they were a
funny
new
as fuck,
monster.
bro. That shit funny as fuck.
I think they actively call them a new monster despite them being Yiga as well. They're like, there's these creatures that take over trees. It's just like, no, but still Yiga. Just move on, mate.
I don't know, but one thing I won't complain about is that I think there was enough enemies and enemy varieties and types. I don't believe that. That's the complaint I've seen some people say that I don't agree with. But I do want to talk about the most frustrating thing about the game to me, which is playing the game on the menu a lot. It's still very annoying to me. I think the UI and interface of the menus and stuff is still frustrating to get through to the point, even towards the end of the game, I was still making mistakes like trying to equip something to my arrow and just throwing my fucking weapon. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. Or okay, I'll start with this because this is easily annoying. I think you guys will agree with me with this. They have to fix this. This is not okay. You can fuse an arrow to, from my understanding, to literally any single item you find. If I think, and it's
Yes.
all in a one single row, toggle to the right, toggle to the left thing you have to scroll through.
You run out of bombs, you got to go all the way to the end of your inventory on that bitch. Pick
I
'em
luckily
all.
never did that, but it's like the frequently used ones were nice, but every once in a while I need something else. I'm like, I like scroll through it and miss it, reach the end, have to scroll back. It's mad annoying. I'm like, yo, a small easy fix is I can't favorite 5 of them to constantly stay in the front. Something as simple as that. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't want to play this game on pause. It feels cheap when I could just pause the game and heal and eat. And I'm gonna do it. I don't care if I have the ability to do it. I'm gonna do it. If you don't want me to do it, don't.
Hey, me too.
And the funny thing about it is,
That's the
I think
funny
there's an
part.
easy fix to not overeating and not being able to eat all. And of all games that I'm going to give credit to, it's fucking Genshin Impact. In Genshin Impact, for the food and inventory, you have a meter. Depending on what you eat, it goes up. And when it's completed, your character is full. They cannot consume anything for a period of time. Do that. You could have done that. I still hate that I press up. It's up for. I even not. It was up for arrows at this point. I remember. Up for. I would say up for swords, left for shield, right for arrows, and down is a whistle. What the fuck am I whistling in Tears of the Kingdom for? I don't fucking ride the horses. It's just mad annoying. I know you could use it to like distract people and whatever, but it's like why isn't that just to pull my arrows out? That's so fucking stupid. It's just so unintuitive, the interface of the game. And again, I'm playing on pause half the time. Like, oh, I'm in the battle, switch my outfit, eat some food, and then okay, I'm in the air, I'm pulling an arrow out. What do I want to? What do I feel like attaching to it? The game just stops. You know, you just freeze. It's just like I don't like that. I'm not a huge fan of that. I hope they
The
can fix
whistle's
that.
also
Glam, what we're sorry, real quick. What me and him were saying
uh,
we need to bring back too, which would be awesome, is learning different attacks, like Helmbreaker, and like when Skyward Sword are underground, you could stab them and kill them.
yeah,
We need to bring those
yeah.
back. I know we have Flurry Rush and parrying and stuff, but like I would like that if you could talk like to like the like a warrior from the Gerudo tribe, and you're like you could learn this because learning the unarmed weapon technique from the Yiga clan was cool. That would have been. I think the game would be better with a lot more stuff. Like imagine like if you press like I don't know a certain button right after a parry, you dodge behind the enemy and you attack them. I would love shit like that.
You bleach them.
Oh, sorry. Nothing personal, kid.
Yeah. There's a behind you, but like, oh, Wadi Da in their ear.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so sorry. I want to piggyback off something you said earlier, because me and him were talking about what we would like to see in the next Zelda game, and I want your take on this because I believe there's a middle ground. I know you're saying go back to classic Zelda. I don't necessarily want that. I would hate it as long as they crafted a really good linear experience. I wouldn't hate it, but I do like my freedom. That being
I think
said,
you had
yeah,
a compromise of 50 shrines and 20 dungeons would have been perfect.
yeah,
If they'd done it like
I say put literally enough shrines for literally the three stamina wheels and 20 hearts, and that's it. I don't know how much that would add up to, but just do that because I don't really care to bring back heart containers. So that's one. I think yes, more dungeons, minimum 8 to 12. That works. But make them
and
like
I'll also say,
traditional class. Hold on, traditional classic dungeons. I don't even care if there's a dungeon weapon, a dungeon item in the dungeon, or you give us all the tools at the beginning. But make them linear when you're in them. But let me be able to do it in whichever order I choose. Like I think
yeah.
there's a middle ground. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna well, one I'll say in terms of the linear dungeon design. That's why I don't think the Fire Temple in this game is very good, because you can literally just say fuck these minecarts and finish
Yeah,
it without.
I didn't. I mean, you could see me on stream. I did not engage. I just rocket shielded
Yeah.
up and glided around and climbed. Go ahead.
And the second thing I'd say is that if I want more shrines in the game, when I'm saying 50 shrines, that's ones that I actually have to go into and do the puzzle in.
Okay,
If I have to get a bunch of, because I think upwards at 20 hearts is still a lot of shrines, like because they have to do it 4 each time.
that's a good point.
So I want more shrines that are engage in this puzzle in the world, and then you just go in and get your shit. Like I think those are more engaging than the actual shrines you go into themselves. Straight up,
I'm not mad at that.
I
I don't
totally
know.
agree because you and I had talked about the specialty items that I feel like you can have these powers that these new games have given you in addition to into the specialty items. Like I can't believe for the life of me that a game like this
Hookshot.
does with all the exploration, like claw shot and hook shot.
Thank
Is just
you.
it's a layup, man. Like I understand, like I need total freedom in these games like this, but like you can at least be like, you have to beat the third to last or second to last dungeon, and then you get these things. Like that's the way it
Can
should.
you imagine? Can you imagine if they gave you the claw and hook shot with the fucking gliding armor?
With the amount of climbing in this game, like
Oh
Descent.
my
there's
goodness!
a point where I'm just like I'm so
Oh my
tired
goodness!
of grabbing this wall and going up.
You see, I'm tired of being Spider Link.
Facts. I want to shoot something in my hand and then just grapple up there.
feel it. I feel
And
it.
hell,
But
give
yeah,
me Pegasus boots in a game like this. Make Zelda's Sonic Frontiers at a certain point where I'm just dashing around the map super fucking quickly. I
or
don't
the
care.
mask, the rabbit mask you wear that makes you faster. The what's a rat? I almost said Rabio, but Rabio is that's a
Bunny ears.
yeah. Rabio's a fucking Mario enemy. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Flying
Yeah.
rock token where I'm
No,
able to
Rabio's from he's from Link.
give me the rock
Oh,
token where I can double jump in the air or some shit. Fuck it. I'll take that.
That'd be cool. I mean, once I did a rocket shield, I just rocket shielded up, and that was my Rivali's Gale because I had a million rockets. But I feel that because I was saying oddly enough, there was a weird contrast with Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom for me. Where Breath of the Wild, both games promote creativity, absolutely, and that's my main reason why I like that game a lot. Because for once, I'm like, oh my god, they're not telling me I must do it this way. If I can figure it out and execute, I could do it. I remember seeing this one wind temple where I have to blow this ball around, and I'm like, why would I do all that when I could just do this, stasis, run around, boom, temple solved. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck they want me to do with this wind shit. Fuck that. Or like, the one where they have to roll the ball. I'll just flip the thing around and slap it to the other side. Like I'm not engaging with this puzzle. When I see those big targets, I saw the shit people were doing. I'm like, shoot a flower bomb. Fuck that. I'm not wasting my time. So yeah, but I do still think there's a proper middle ground. But what I was saying for the next game, like, okay, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't hate the idea of doing a trilogy with the same Link, but if they move on to a different one, that's fine. But I would like to explore a different world, a la like Dark World, a la Lorule, a la Twilight Realm. I'm not saying recycle those specifically, but if you want to bring back the Hyrule place, sure, but give me like a parallel world or a different place to truly explore. Because what I was saying is, I think this game, if it was up to me, I would remove one of these things: the intricate cave systems, the sky, or the depths. I think all that's too much. Because once I had enough Booble Frogs to get the Mystic armor, I didn't care about caves anymore. It's not that I wouldn't go in and do it, but like at this point, I was like, I'll just see what's in here. I guess, it's more like not like ooh a cave, yes. It's like I already have the armor that I wanted. Whatever. I'm here. I'm here. I'll just go in and see what's happening.
The way that the fucking fan base would pop if Twilight Realm came back. Oh my god. People would lose their shit. If there was any
I'll do anything for Midna. Anything.
If there's a single modicum of a possibility of Midna returning, people will lose their fucking minds. It'll go crazy.
I think I'd cry. I think I would deadass cry. I'm like, yo, Midna, my girl, like, goat is back, bro. I bought Hyrule Warriors solely to play as Midna. I said, Twilight Midna? Bye.
Mm-hmm.
I literally went to the store and bought it. Went to the store and got the game. I'm like, no. Midna's in this? I need to play as Midna. I fucking love her. It's my favorite Zelda character. Like, far beyond any other one. I probably put Link second. I really like Link. Link is my dude, bro. I'm a Link stan. I like that nigga. That's my short king. But what would you like to see the next Zelda game if you can choose some stuff? And what bad guy would you pick if you were gonna pick one? I actually said Vati and/or I actually like this one is it's like a fanfic, just something that I'd personally want. I like the idea of somehow Demise coming back. That'd be pretty cool in my opinion. I don't think it's gonna happen. It's very fanficky, but like, what would you like to see in the next Zelda game if you had creative power to take certain things?
That brother Link better have an instrument again.
Alan brought that up earlier. It's like, listen, I don't think this is stupid. No, it's not dumb. I miss conducting or playing something, or Karina conducting the wind or playing my harp. I want that back. I agree.
I'm glad people seen where I was coming from. Man. Link without the instrument it just ain't hitting for me.
This series is so much ingrained to it with the concept of music, and this man doesn't have an instrument for 2 games in a row, man.
I'm trying to drop some sick beats.
Could you imagine how raw
is,
bro? If he got like a guitar in either of these games, man? Come on, bro. Come on.
Twilight Princess, my nigga was playing a flower, bro. I don't care. Give him something.
I was howling. Like, I was howling, bro. Like, I'm just saying, I'm trying to make some tunes, bro. Also, we're talking about Kagero battle theme. God, that shit is sexy. Oh, it's so fucking. This is such a fucking
That's
sexy
the
song.
only piece of music outside of like the game's main theme that I give a shit about.
There's some other things that I like the Modula theme and stuff, and I like when you're going to the depths and those horns go boom boom. Like I like that part, but Cole Garrow's theme is like I tell niggas I work out to that. Like that shit makes me feel heroic. like like I am a hero. I'm here to save the day. I'm about to cry, bro. Like it's just so fucking gas. This boss not hard. This boss not hard at all, but I'm hype.
That boss is easy as shit.
That's still my favorite boss fight in the game.
Same.
Ganon was good though. I don't want to doubt that because my favorite part. I actually kind of wish I played that last part on stream, but it actually came a point where I just wanted to beat the game and finish it. So I just went on a main quest run from.
I really wish that they hadn't done the dragon shit. Like, I knew it was coming.
So did
fuck,
I.
man.
I just would have added another phase, or if he was just more involved in the story a bit more, I would have liked it more. But like I was saying earlier, Ganon sacrificing his mind for power isn't unheard of. It's happened before. There's a precedent for it. So I wasn't upset that he did it, and I saw it coming. But it just felt kind of abrupt. Like I'll sacrifice it all. I'm like, just like that.
Especially because, like,
You got no other tricks. Kidnap somebody. You know, like try some shit.
If every phase of the fight had been like the third one, where he's like full Demon King mode, and then he's shooting the fucking globs at you, and then he has the flurry rush counter.
Some of the shadow clones on you.
Like when we both were countering flurry rushes at each other like multiple times in a row.
I loved it. The most I did was 3.
If that had been like furthered upon in another phase, or if the second phase had just been better, that would have easily been the best Ganon fight to me. And like now, I can't even put it like top 3 in my.
I still think it's a really good fight. Honestly, I do, but I think I like Twilight Princess a bit more. That's probably my favorite.
I think Demise, Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker are all better.
Wind Waker's good too. That's a sleeper one. Honestly, it's a good one.
I like Wind Waker's final blow a lot. That nigga stabbed that man straight in the dome.
I said, he's like,
fuck niggas trying to kidnap my sister.
Yeah.
Plus, with Skyward Sword's like the fucking environment you're in, like the point in which the game you're at, the fucking lightning coming down. Like, come on, man, that shit's gas.
I remember for that boss fight, I saved some double damage potion or some shit I had. I'm like, I'm about to beat his ass. I saved this potion just for you, nigga. I didn't touch that shit for hours just so I could use it against you. Yeah, I still enjoyed it. It's just like with the way he was talking and then how quickly he's like, I'm gonna sacrifice it all. I'm like, that just like that?
For me, the big thing is that the sages feel pointless in the fight. They don't do anything.
I mean, they took the bosses
Hold
on.
on. I can promise you they do something. I can promise you they do something.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I fight the fucking Phantom bitches, but that's like we've done this.
Go down there without any sage, and I can promise you they do something.
Listen,
I forgot he did it by himself the first time, so he had to actually fight alone. I forgot he said that. I forgot.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you do. I've seen that before, but it's like, honestly, I felt like I could have still done that and been like, yeah, this is cool or whatever. But if their only point is to just fight the bosses you already did, come on, man. Like,
I think the idea is that since they fought them with you, they already know exactly what to do to take them out. So they're like, "Yo, Link, we'll handle this. You go handle Ganon." And then they show up later when he has his shadow clones out, but they get blown away at the end. I know that, but I don't know. They don't bother me. They didn't bother me to that degree. I still kind of. My biggest problem with the stages is the AI. I'm like Yunobo and Sidon. Why are you niggas all the way over there? Why are you like Tulin is the only one that is where I want him to be? But the problem with Tulin, and I'm not blaming Tulin. This is game design. Because A is to do everything. So sometimes I'm just trying to pick some shit up quickly and I just blow that shit off a cliff. And I'm like, for fuck's sake.
That was me with Riju. I was like, where the fuck Riju at? Because I was spamming that lightning shit. Any chance I got.
I hardly used it.
Riju's ability is strong as fuck.
It's good, but it's discounted versus Fury. I'd rather just have the area effect attack, personally speaking. But a very easy fix, I think, that I heard a lot of people say is a Sage's ability should have been tied to your weapon wheel where the map shit was. What the fuck was the map shit doing there? That was useless. It was already, you already go to the map another way. I would have had the Sage's ability be tied to that somehow. Because I used to take them off a lot of the times. Like, usually I'd keep at maximum 3 out. I never put Tulin away. Tulin was the only, because Tulin was sniping people, bro. Out here, ping, ping, ping.
It's enough.
I'm like, who did you hit right in the
Definitely.
eye? Oh, when I was fighting the Frox the first time in the depths, before I did anything, Tulin went ping, ping, ping right in the eyeball. I said, that's my little nigga, man. I love him. Went right in his back and started mining. He is clutch. He's my favorite.
This game did Taba so dirty. I just gotta say
we were
that, man.
we were just talking about that at the beginning. Like, why? She's like, oh, you're not Ra, your son Ra.
Nah, bro. Hey, he caught that career in the injury last game, bro.
That
Meadow
was
put him out of there.
my
My-
guy in Breath of the Wild, man. I didn't say just
Meadow
like
put him
nah.
out of
He
there.
said, I'm Joe Bryant. My son is Kobe.
Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous.
I'm Del Curry. That's Steph Curry. It's not to say you weren't doing your thing in your time, but your time's over, old man. The new era's here. Yeah. I feel that.
That shit funny than a bitch. Like, cause I swear, like in Breath of the Wild,
They didn't even give him dialogue in the game. Come on, man.
No, he spoke, but not
Take
a
it
lot,
away.
not a lot though. But he did speak a couple times. But yeah,
all he did was just tell you that Tulin was that nigga. That's all.
yeah,
he
he's
did.
like,
When
oh
I-
yeah,
when I-
Tulin.
okay.
Yeah.
When I mean dialogue, I mean that like he had a whole ass voice actor in Breath of the Wild, and that motherfucker was not in this game.
No, maybe am I misremembering when he first introduced him? Like, hey, it is you, and Teba says something. Did I
I
make
don't
that
think
up?
Taba said, as far as I recall, Taba didn't say a fucking word other than when it's like in the actual game. Like it's not in a cutscene where he's not talking. At least as far as
I thought the wife and him spoke, but maybe I misremembered that. Maybe it was just Tulin. Like, it is you. And I'm like, is that Tulin? You look kind of like retarded in the first game. Now you look like a real man, like a real Rito. No, I like Tulin. Tulin moved me from a gameplay standpoint, from ping ping ping, and he has the best dungeon. And going up there was so much fun. I don't care anyone tells me. The dungeon itself, but I don't hate it because I like the boss fight and the music, so I let it go. It's probably my favorite tempo from top to bottom, but getting there was so much fun.
I feel like I'm in the minority on this, but side on my favorite Sage in terms of like characters. Like gameplay is completely different. It's Tulin easy, but like that was engaging storyline. Side on clear. Bro. These other idiots, fuck out of here. Side on is so much better.
I think the side on stuff moves me because of I think this is one of the games where I'd argue romantically Link and Zelda probably have a romance or would get married or whatever, right? I think the only other one that I've really felt that in was Skyward Sword. I don't know if you agree with me. Other than that, I actually don't think Link and Zelda end up together that many times. Like Ocarina, it was
Skyward Sword was so obvious.
Yeah.
The jump, it was obvious.
What the hell was the girl's name? Saria, that girl with the green hair. I felt like that was it. But like in this game, to me, it's really supposed to be. Yeah, go ahead.
I know. I'm about to say he doesn't even get with Saria in that game. He gets with Malin.
Oh, maybe I thought you were thinking about for Lon Ranch, but whatever.
The Lon Ranch girl.
Yeah. Or
the one
at least that's like the.
Who you are when you're.
That's like the supposed theory because you know since Twilight Princess Link is his descendant and that nigga.
No, that makes sense because didn't they become a sage anyways? So that makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah.
And the Koriki don't grow up.
Yeah.
While they're in the forest, I guess. But shit. Oh, before I forget. To me, I honestly think initially it was supposed to be Mipha. Mipha to me, in Breath of the Wild, a lot comes across as your love interest. But obviously she passed away, so it becomes Zelda. But because of that connection to Mipha, I have a strong connection to the Zora domain, and how much respect they have for you. And I'll never forget when I was playing the game and I walked up to the Zora domain, the people at the guards were like, "Yo, Link, what's poppin'? You don't remember you used to help me with sword training?" I'm like, "Oh shit." Yeah, I remember, dog. I don't have amnesia at all.
Speaking of like having that connection with the Zora tribe and all that, I really like how in this game they have the fucking statue of you and Sidon.
Yeah,
And I thought that shit was raw.
I like Sidon. I'm not mad at you. I think, like, if I'm being unbiased, impartial, and objective, I think he's up there. But Tulik's my favorite. Then I'd probably go. It's either Sidon and Riju. But Riju, in a lot of ways, in this game, very much felt like Discount or 2.0 or Brosa Light, whatever you want to say a little bit. So it just kind of took a little bit away from her, but I liked her glow up in her design. And just as a side note, why is she so tiny? It's a small detail. I'm not criticizing the game for just funny because like every Gerudo was an Amazon except her.
Fuck that.
What happened?
Fuck that.
Yeah, maybe it
Fuck
hasn't
that.
kicked in yet.
Fuck that bozo Rivali. I just gotta say that.
Yo, why you hate on Rivali, your rival?
He's a bozo, man.
You're right. Your
Your
rival.
ass up. Talking about some. There's no way you can get to the divine beast without my power, man. Shut up. I don't want to hear shit from
That nigga was a hater.
Rivali was funny,
That
man.
man was a grade A hater.
You know who Rivali is, Naya? That's
Who?
the Clary of. That's the Clary of Zelda right there.
Oh shit! Oh my god, that's funny. But while we're on the topic, what were your favorite characters in Tears of the Kingdom? First, I want to know who your favorite completely new characters were. So I said Off-Rack, yeah, Maestro, and I actually ended up liking Minoru by the end a lot.
Oh man.
Oh, you're racking his brain. He's like, oh shit. If you don't have any, you can just talk about the characters in general. It's fine.
I also got to mute and do something real quick, so you guys keep going.
Well, he went already, so we'll wait till you're back. But is that? Do I hear young Alan in the back?
Yeah,
Alan
also-
Jr.
Yeah.
Give me 2 years,
Boy,
2 or
chilling.
3 years to figure it out, man. My last shit fell apart, bro. Let me actually tell you what happened real
what?
quick. I don't really care to this on stream. I'm not gonna incriminate anybody. So long story short, one of the people that I was talking to and hanging a lot with since February type beat, I kind of was like, what are we doing? And I was all romantical and shit and like wrote a letter and shit. And then she's kind of like, I'm not sure. I kind of want to like, what the fuck did she say? Oh, I want to, like, the next time she gets to a relationship, she wants it to be her last. So she was like thinking, yada, yada, blah, blah. So, me, like, it's not that I wanted it, but what can I do? You don't want it, you don't want it. So, like,
Yeah.
you know me, I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do my swords dance, swing my cock. Then she watched the she's somehow for whatever reason, she watched the stream where I went to eat Sonic, and she was all like, "Oh, you're talking to these other girls and da-da-da-da-da." And I said, "You got me all the way fucked up right now because there's no way you reject exclusivity, but tell me what I can and can't do with my dick. No." And the cottage trip I was supposed to go to, didn't end up going to it because it's for her birthday. And then she spun the block earlier today talking about, I'm sorry. I'm like, nah. Your number's already deleted. You're cooked. I'm done. I'm tired. I have no bullets in the chamber. I have no energy left. No HP left. I'll try again in 2024. I'm tired. I'm working. But yeah. There was something else I wanted. There's something else I want to talk to you about in regards to the game that's not coming to me. But just because there's so much happening in this game. Did you end up seeing what happened to the Satori brother guy? That's not Satori brother. The guy who wanted to become a Satori or whatever. Did you see what happened when he collected all of them? I didn't do it, but I watched the scene. He does become one actually.
No, I haven't.
He actually does become one.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Nice.
He turns into one after eating
So
100 and whatever booble gems. I don't know.
So does that mean the first? So is that how the first one ever became that way?
No idea.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I always kind of like just took it like their little answer of like somebody dying on the mountain and just reincarnating as that, like for Satoru Iwata. I always took that as just like as is. So when they came in with this and it's like, oh, anybody can, or not anybody, but like if you get enough bubble gems or whatever, you can become one. I was like, oh, I wonder if that's how the last one came about. And then I also wondered, like, So can you have multiple? Like you could have two at once. Like there's not just one at a time.
I guess. I don't know. He didn't become like sorry. He didn't become like the Lord of the Mountain. He became one of the regular little bunny ones. Sorry, I'm gonna sorry. I screwed that
Oh,
up.
he became a bunny.
Like the little, the ones that show you where the caves at, and if you hit them, you get. They called bluepies. What they're called?
Yeah, the blue piece.
They
Sorry.
drop regular rupees if you
Yeah.
shoot them.
Yeah, yeah. I was just telling him what happened with that one guy who wanted the Booble gems. He actually becomes one after he gets all of them. So he needs to become Lord of the Mountain. My bad. Sorry, because that's Satori. But yeah, Glam.
Okay, so
Favorite
yeah, that's what I
characters.
was thinking of.
Favorite
I
characters.
honestly can't think of any that are new to the game. Like,
Okay,
at all.
so talk about the ones that are there. So you said Sidon. Who else? If
Yes,
have any?
Sidon's easily there. If, I guess Tulin would be another one.
Hold on. What do you mean? I guess Tulin.
I
I can't accept that. Tool was too useful.
Listen, the
Yeah, bro,
game
that's-
usability, I am like separating from this. Okay, it's a little different.
Well, he's just a little nigga trying to get it. He's trying to help.
You're wrong.
he
He the coldest one in his whole.
He about to be rawer than Rivali Temple put together. Fusion wouldn't be able to beat him.
I mean, facts, but he. I guess I'll say I actually really like Zelda in these games. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
That's
I
a good
really
point.
enjoy
Is this the
Zelda.
best Zelda in
I
your
got a
guys'
question.
opinion? Go ahead.
I don't know about that.
Put a pin in
I'll
that. Put a pin in that. We'll come back to that. What are you gonna say first?
Oh no, Glenn, I was just gonna ask Glenn, how do you feel about Yona?
Who?
Sidon's wife.
Oh, man, whatever.
I got my answer. He said who?
Oh, well, true. I liked her. She was cool. I liked that she was a
Yeah,
Zora from
I
a
like
different like region area. It reminded me of the first game with some of those evil Zoras and the whatever. But
Manta Ray Zora.
yeah, but if you have no more, it's fine. I'm not gonna force you to rack your brain to find a bunch of people. I only had 3, so for the new people, I put off
Like
rack.
Pen's cool. Like Pen's cool.
I'm not necessarily saying like, oh my god, what a deep, beautifully written. Just like, oh, I like this guy giving me life. Because like Maestro's not a good character. He goes, yeah, and he makes me laugh. He looks like a mosquito. I'm like, why are you looking like that?
That was with me, like with a lot of Zelda characters in many of these games. Like, yeah, you exist. Like, you're cool. Like that's just the way
They
it is for
peaked
me.
at Midna, so I get it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
They peaked at Midna.
I'm so weird though, because I'll be like, Fee's the second greatest Zelda character of all time. Go.
I am not a Fee or Fi hater at all. You know me. Me and you are aligned on that. I do not dislike her. I was so sad at the end where I'm like, no. Like talk to me, baby girl, talk to me. I want the sword to talk to me. Whisper in my ear at night. Be like, when I go to sleep, I want the Fee being like, I want you to say chant affirmations. You're gonna beat that nigga Ganon. You go whoop his ass. You're the strongest. You're the strongest. And like talk to me, nice.
just hearing it. Nothing's in your ears. Just Mari Master.
No, I like that. I like that that companion. I have no problem go. Do you think it was a miss? I saw people say this. Do you think it was a missed opportunity to not have Minoru be your kind of companion in the Purapad, or you don't care?
I think it is weird as shit that she was in the pad the whole time and didn't say anything. I'm just like it really feels like a missed opportunity because at the point where you get Minoru, you can get her so late in the game. It's like, yeah, like you exist, I guess, but like I have no connection.
When I got her, I was speedrunning to the end, so I didn't get to too much engage with her. All things considered, I do want to say this: it's not like a sexy boss fight, but I like that you got to like ride on her back and fight a construct. Like I thought it was just a cool way to shake things up. All things considered, I'm not saying that fight was because you just walk slowly and guard, and then you attack when it's fine, hit him to the wall. But
I do like how you can attach different things to the to it though.
Yeah, to her back and to her arms.
My thing is, I just found it more useful. Even if I had a high battery, I don't think I would ever mount her because I think she was just more useful just for running around.
I agree.
Actually,
I got a high battery by complete accident though, because I'm like, oh yeah, this forge. What does this do? And I gave it a bunch of shit, and like, oh, that's how you get more battery. I didn't know. I had no idea. Go ahead.
So you know, Minoru was actually really useful for in the depths to cross fucking gloom.
Yes, that
Or
was
really just
useful.
wherever you're at to cross gloom. Like that shit. Like, bro, once I got that shit, it was like, bro, I need this the
I would
entire
just
game.
eat some gloom resistant stuff and put the depths of the wall, the depths of tunic on, and just walk through and tank it. But yeah, you're right though. You're right. I wanted to ask you this too, Glam, with the Ultra Hand. Did you engage with it much? Unless or just when you had to, like me, kind of for the most part.
When I had to.
Because like I want to make something very clear. It's a really cool ability, and I could tell they did a lot to make it work the way that it did. And kudos to them. I still found it a little intuitive to use. I didn't really like spinning it around, and sometimes I'll do all right, cool, I got it. And then when I stick it, it sticks it like to the side the way I'm like, why did that happen? But I openly admit that like as a man, I can't build nothing. I can't fix nothing. If the car breaks down, we gotta call a mechanic. I don't know what do. But um I think all the shit people are making is so fucking cool, and I love seeing them throw Gelox into the lake and riding their Gundams or whatever. It's super cool, but it's so unnecessary to me. Like that's something you go
Korok,
out your way to do because I'm like I could just walk up and slash. That works
the
equally as
Korok
well.
death machine. that people
Koroks
have
were
been-
annoying. Yeah. Oh yeah. Or torturing the Korok. That was fun. That was
The
funny.
Korok crucifixions.
Because nobody wants to find 900 of these again. Or I think that was 1,000 for a Hetsu to give you literal shit.
Yep.
Like no, I'm not joking. It's poo. He goes like
Yep.
it smells awful. I'm like, bro, he really gave you shit. Are Korok seeds just poop? Korok shit. Like ew.
Niggas trifling for that.
You put that shit in your maraca, that shit stings. You stinky ass, dookie ass race.
Deku Tree just letting this shit go on.
Mm-hmm.
You're not telling these niggas nothing about it, bro. You're not stopping them from doing
Did you
this.
talk about the Master Sword yet?
Not really. A little bit. Actually, we did. Yeah, we did. But what's up? What do you want to talk about it though? Like how weak it
Man,
was?
I fucking am so tired of this durability shit, man. This is like, I understand the mechanics. I understand what they're going for in terms of the overall game design, and the way you get the sword in this game is amongst the best of the ways you can possibly get it.
I know it moved me
But this is
tremendously.
the motherfucking Master Sword.
And
Why
this
is it breaking?
this is after thousands of years of sacred light was poured into it. What me and Alan were saying earlier is like something akin to the DLC. There should have been a way to power it up and or make it not run out. I know that kind of breaks the game, and maybe you can make it an end game thing, but there should have been a way. Because in the last fight,
Honestly, by in game,
in the last
fight,
fight, I
you know what I mean?
appreciated it didn't break. It doesn't break in the last fight.
Yes.
My Hylian shield broke, but not
Same.
I actually
He-
like the Highland Shield.
I
breaking in that fight,
secretly tried to not say anything to people after that because I was like, "Damn, I wanted this shit in them last cutscenes."
So did I, but I had to use the night one black one.
Honestly,
Sorry, what were you
though.
saying, Alan? Go ahead.
No, I like the Highland Shield breaking in the last fight. Like it feels like more cinematic that way. So like once mine broke, I just didn't even put another shield on.
Oh,
Just
I
left me
respect
with a
that.
sword.
I respect
For
that.
me, like, that shield and that sword, like, should be unbreakable to me. Like, that's a hard locked rule for me. Like,
I disagree with the
I
Hylian
agree
shield,
with
but I
that.
agree with the Master Sword. The reason that I disagree with the Hylian shield, I don't think people realize the Hylian shield isn't actually a special shield. It's a common shield
Yeah.
used by Hylian
Like-
warriors,
like-
but it is made really well to the point that you can just buy them in stores. Like. And I know that they overcharge you in Skyward Sword because I think it was the last one in stock, but it is actually not a super special shield in that sense. It's more iconic than anything.
Well, with the Hylian and Skyward Sword, you can't get that shit unless you do the trials.
The boss rush. Oh, you're right. So,
Yeah.
no, Twilight Princess. I think you buy it and it's the last in the store, but it actually
Yeah.
isn't a special shield. I didn't know that. I'm not saying that to like tell you like whatever, but I didn't realize a lot of people didn't know that. It's not like a one of a kind shield like
Yeah,
the Master
for
Sword
me,
is.
I knew that was the case, but I feel like at this point in the series, it's kind of transcended that a little bit. Like,
Okay.
it's become so like the character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially after Skyward Sword, where it's literally a gift from the fucking lightning dragon
Yeah.
for a boss rush.
I'll say it is like heavily tied in because even like on the fucking shield itself is like the fucking
Symbology of
royal family
Hylia,
crest or
all the-
whatever.
on
Yeah.
that, like,
Yeah, so
And then like
I get what
every
you're saying.
game,
Like,
you know, you're
I
usually
get-
ending the shield with that game. You know, you might get a wooden
Yeah.
shield and like a metal shield and a sacred shield or a mirror shield, but then you know you get the Hylian. So I feel you. I'm not
I
mad at
wasn't
that.
mad though, because like I feel like if it were to break at all, a fight with Ganondorf would be when it would happen. So like
Yeah.
that's why that's really why I wasn't mad about it.
Because I'll be
Just felt
honest, I
like-
actually found shields in this game to be extremely durable. Like my shields
Yes.
did not break
Yeah.
nearly as often in this game than it did in Breath of the Wild. Like
Yeah.
I broke
That's
my
even
own
without-
shields by attaching Zonanite shit to it, and then it'll just break. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, oh, word. Or like, cause I said like the shield that I made the most was the sled shield, and the skate one. So I'd grind on shit and like, you know, traverse on a skateboard. So that's how my durability went down. It didn't go down in fights at all.
I agree.
So,
Yeah.
but fair enough. At the very least, 90 defenses I think is the strongest one. So just that, and
Yes,
it is
it-
the most durable. But I feel you. But I'm not mad at the Highland should be breakable. Like you said, if someone's gonna break it, it's gonna be Ganon. I actually wish I almost didn't put a. I actually wish I did what you did. I immediately put another shield. The next strong shield I had on immediately. Like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. I said, oh shit, he broke it. No. So I was like, I just went on the Knight shield, the black one, the bigger one, but. He
Mhm.
broke like 4 of my shields in that fight. I'm not gonna lie to you. He broke like 4 of them.
He only broke one of mine.
He broke a couple of mine because sometimes when I'm waiting, I'll just wait and just see like I want to see the whole entire attack pattern go because I dodge before I parry. But that's just like that's a thing that just makes sense to me. Where it's like I feel like if you can dodge, you should dodge. If you can't dodge, you should block. And if you can't block, you should try to do something. No, they're like, he jumped backwards to mitigate the death. Like that's what you should do. You know, like that's the flow chart. Dodge, block, or like flex, take the hit and like jump back with it so it doesn't hurt you as much, or roll with the punch or something. Like that's the flow chart for me. So yeah. But all in all, I do want to make something very clear. I love this. I love the game because some people think I feel like when I criticize stuff, people think I don't like something. I'm not saying that. I still like Tears of the Kingdom. It's just, again, I'm looking at it without the rose tinted honeymoon glasses on. I'm out the honeymoon phase with the game, and I'm just looking at it kind of for what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I did want to circle back
Yeah. No, I'm the same way.
to this Zelda. Do you guys think this was the best version of Zelda in the game? That we've seen across the games in these 2 games or this game specifically? 'Cause I do have some issues
This is definitely
with
my
Zelda, but
favorite.
I like her a lot. But Skyward Sword's probably my favorite Zelda.
Yeah. I think I prefer Skyward Sword and Ocarina Zelda. I'm not gonna lie.
Ocarina's interesting. Tell me about that one. Because I actually would put Tetra over her.
Ocarina Zelda to me has some of the most amount of agency of any Zelda in the series, especially with her actively going out of her way to take on the Sheik persona
Mhm.
to try and help Link if possible. Like at the time it was super revolutionary, and I still think to this day an aspect of her that's sort of speaks to how like this bitch does things. She's not a damsel in distress when she wants to be. And with this Zelda, I think she still kind of falls in the damsel role more and in Breath of the Wild than.
Is that inherently a bad thing in your opinion, though? This is just out of curiosity.
No, it
Okay.
just feels more It's just more limiting. Like,
Okay.
it's not bad. It's just like you're more one note as a character in that way, which can still be executed well. But I like it more when Zelda is a character. Like I like Zelda when she's a wizard. That's basically the way I think about it. But that's why I think I prefer in Tears in comparison to Breath of the Wild, because she's actively doing things. Like for instance, when Ganon throws the knife at the queen and Zelda's the one that stopped it, I was like, gang gang, that's my girl. Yes. Like that's
We
straight up what I was
rewind.
doing. Yeah.
We recall.
But like Twilight Princess Zelda to me, I enjoy very heavily, even though she kind of just sits in a room because she has to. But the way that like decisions she had
The
to make,
small things that she did were very impactful. Like
Yeah.
the Midna's lament part when she's hurt and you're carrying her as Wolf Link after Zant. Oh my fucking god, that moment was
Mhm.
so beautiful. Because that's the moment where you start to really see the change in Midna. Like she really just sacrificed herself to bring me back, like so selflessly. And I
Mhm.
kind of ran away from my people, even though I'm trying to do right now. And yeah, man, powerful in that game. I obviously I can respect it, but she's not in it enough for me to feel a deep connection to her. But I agree that everything she did was very impactful. When Zant came immediately, she realized what was going on. She's like, "No, I have to surrender to mitigate the damage of my people right now," and everything like that. So I'm with you there. I'm with you. But I very much enjoyed Tetra, Pirates Kid Zelda. I like her a lot. She's probably my
As
third
someone
favorite.
as someone who hasn't played Wind Waker yet and is trying to get to it, I have to see. But
Fair
I haven't
enough.
played Skyward Sword yet. So.
Oh shit. I love that game. I never disliked it. I don't care what anyone tells
I
me.
still need to buy. I need to
That's my
buy the
second
remake.
favorite Zelda game. I don't give a fuck.
that game being
I
goaded.
know I'm gonna like it. I don't care about that fucking motion control shit. I know I'm gonna like it. I already know the story. I love that shit already. So it's like I just want to play it.
The
There's
minute I
just
found it, I was making that sword. I was like, oh, top
that's what I'm like. They're just
top
we're like
one.
where I'm like, oh my god, because I think it's what the second flame I realized. I didn't realize in the first flame. Second flame, I'm like, yo, am I
You,
making the Master Sword? And then I'm just
you know
like,
what's crazy?
2011. That's a long time ago. Fuck, how old was I?
That's actually the first Zelda game that I didn't get to play like like when it came out type shit.
Mhm.
Because like I remember like I played Ocarina of Time or whatever when that came out. Played Majora's Mask when that came out. Played all the other like Game Boy and all that shit when it came out. Played Wind Waker when it came out. But like when Skyward Sword came out, I remember like I got a Game Informer magazine talking about Skyward Sword. Like I saw like how it had the
I
new
was 12.
watercolor
Oh my
art style and
god.
all that shit.
Mhm.
And so I was looking, I was like, bro, I want to play this shit so badly, but I did not have a fucking week.
Zelda in that
It's a
game,
wrap.
I agree, Nia, is like probably one of the best because it feels like she and Link are actually like they have a real character dynamic
And because they
in that
both
game.
grew up in the same little island, they actually have a
Yeah,
like a childhood to teenhood like
they're
friendship
boys.
connection, you know?
Yeah,
So shout out to Groose too. That's my man. I like my nigga Groose. He came around in the end. I like him.
he was a
Also,
bozo for
also
like
like
60% of that game, and then he came around.
Yes. Cause he's like,
also
he's like, I didn't know you was
sorry,
nice like that. He's like, what did Shaq say? I was unfamiliar with your game, and he
Familiar with
started
your
putting
game.
respect on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Alan.
when I think I told you like when I was younger, I used to have the fucking Legend of Zelda mangas,
Yeah.
and there was the one I think it's Minish Cap, but like they talk about like how the Zelda in that version, like in that manga, she likes Link, but she does it because of like the Skyward Sword versions of them. Because you know they're the first Link and they were a couple. They're the first like royal family, the first royal family version of them or whatever. And
Hmm.
so like she was basically like trying to make it to where her like this version of her and that version of Link were going to be the next ones. Like so that always had interest in like that version of those characters.
That's interesting. I might have to give those a look. See, the only manga one that I ended up reading was the one that talks about like not even it's like the first link, but not the first link, but it's the hero that fought with Hylia against Demise, and then
Yeah,
she
the one that
decides to
lost.
make the like the reincarnate the hero, blah blah blah, whatever. So,
That nigga look clean though. I ain't gonna lie. That
yeah,
nigga
yeah,
actually looked clean. He had like a fucking red scarf on or something. That shit was
yeah,
raw.
yeah. I think I used to have Hyrule Historia somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I actually did get the book. Actually had it, but I saw it at Fan Expo back in like 2014 for like $30, and I ended up buying it. But I have not seen that in a while. Don't know where I put it.
Yeah, I have the arts and artifacts one. I need Hyrule Historia,
It's a lot of money now.
but
Like when I
the
look
arts and
online
artifacts
now,
one is cool.
when I look online now, it's
I
just like
copped
$100.
Zelda. I copped a Zelda encyclopedia like July. That shit is a
Damn,
tome.
hold on, isn't that like all three of the books right there? We all got each one like the fucking
It was
triforce.
literally an
We had to put it
entire
together.
collection. It's an entire collection of shit in the games right before Breath of the Wild's release.
Okay, that's
Is when it
dope.
was made.
That's dope.
That shit's funny. But yeah,
Um, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to touch upon in specific about this. I didn't want.
those are all red, blue, and two.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. there's just so much to say because this is so much going on in this game, good and bad, and in the middle. But oh yeah, we're talking about the best version of Zelda. What about Link? This one of your favorites or favorite version of Link? I'd probably argue I do. I actually think this is my favorite version of Link. Skyward Sword and Twilight Link is right up there with him though. Like I really like Twilight Link a lot because I just like I got Orange Village farm nigga strength. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that Link. That Link was very heroic. I love that when they kidnapped that kid with the what was that the
Oh my good
bokoblin?
Colin.
Yeah, Colin. But what was the
Little Colin.
bokoblin that took him the goblin, the green one that's like I just
King
King,
Bolden.
yes,
King
yes,
Bolden.
like on the bridge and stuff, and he was brave to
Bro,
push thing out the
I told
way.
you.
Yeah.
I told you that entire sequence was made for me. Them niggas knew that shit was made for me. Little Colin ran out into the street and pushed the girl out the way. I said, bro, my nigga just stepped up. Link
Then
said, nah, bro, I gotta get my nigga back.
you see
Oh
him and
yeah,
he's
that
actually
shit was
like mad and he's riding the horse after him. Like, yo, let's fucking get it.
that shit was, bro. I
That
need to
part
mod that.
and the part where you have to carry Midna, man, those parts are like I'm actually emotional when I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like these games are really good at getting an emotional reaction out of me because at the end of the day,
I still think
Go ahead,
TP
man.
is still the best in my opinion. Like even with how much I love Skyward Sword's Link, Twilight Princess is just a different breed, man. That motherfucker is that motherfucker is really, honest to God,
nigga
going.
just wrong.
He is going
Bro,
through it
like,
in that game too.
and then
I'm not gonna lie.
not only is he raw, that nigga has the blood of the
Hero of Time.
raw nigga. The hero of time.
Hero
I also
shape.
just think like the Midna dynamic is just too fucking good to ignore in that game. Like, because it reflects upon Link too. Like, even though he doesn't say anything, it speaks volumes of like the character.
You can see how they grow closer and closer together. Because first it starts off as a completely objective based relationship. You need something, I need something, I'll use you. And because you're a wolf and you're whatever, I'm just gonna use you and goad you to do what I want. Then she feels bad about it. Then the thing happens and then she starts to change and you can see how they're starting to grow more and more together and whatnot. And like to the point where like
if I'm wrong. No, finish your point.
No, I was gonna say the part where like I think you get the fuse shadow. It's been a while. I gotta think about it. And then like you're like, all right, let's do it. And you just turn around and Zan's there. You're like, what the fuck is he doing? I just scared the fuck out of me. I said, oh shit, he's right there. Holy shit!
Yeah, no,
and you just bathe her in the light to fuck her up. I'm like, no, you bastard. Now I care because I started off not liking her either. Like I started she grew on me the same way she grew on Link, and I'm like, no, like I will not let any harm come to her.
Isn't that even reflected like in the soundtrack?
Yes.
Like when y'all first meet, like it has like a more antagonistic vibe to it. But like after that shit was like throughout the game, like every time y'all are riding, like it changes up a little bit or something like that. And then like
or
after,
even the music.
Like, when
I'll have to remember that. Yeah, I don't know, but again, Midna's my favorite Zelda character, one of my favorite video game characters. So I'll take. I don't do Midna slander. I would in inform and not inform. Would.
Yes, sir. Let them know. Let them know. Talk fucking heavy.
Bro, if I was Twilight Princess Link, as soon as my adventure is over, I'm trying to fix the mirror. I'm finding the Triforce. What is your wish? I wish to go to the Twilight Realm. I wish to reconnect us to the Twilight Realm. I'm going there. I'm like, what's up, baby? Sus, what you doing? What you doing?
That nigga Link was
you trying to make me a king? What's up?
Yeah, nah. If I had to pick my top 3 Links, I wouldn't pick Hero of Time because like that nigga's like my de facto number 1. Like he just like the classic, but like I mean, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom Link is my favorite, like my overall favorite.
Yeah, I mean the Breath of the Wild, Tears, Twilight, and then Skyward for me probably my top 3.
Yeah. For me, Breath of the Wild, then Twilight, and then Wind Waker. Like if I'm not picking Hero of Time.
Yeah,
that's just because
I'm taking TP and Skyward Sword above Tears. I'll see about Wind Waker and replaying Ocarina right now, I gotta see about Link in that. Right now, he's kind of just whatever. But I gotta
You
play.
know, you
No,
know what? You know what I think bothers me about the Hero of Time? Not that you I like Hero of Time. Don't get it twisted. Iconic, great Link. That's my dude. I think now that I'm older and smarter, I'm like I'm still like 10 years old. I'm just in a
Facts.
bigger body. So
Yeah.
like you're still a child. You're like a man child, like Shazam. I don't know. When I realized that, something about it bugged me. I don't know what it was.
I've been
No,
had
no,
I've
I get
been
that.
had
I
that
get that.
thought.
And
I'm like, I'm literally just a kid in this fucking teenager's body now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
see, no, I get that, and I get what Glam's saying too about him just being like, or like he literally is just a blank slate. It's, you know
Yeah.
what like he really is just a blank slate, especially like for that time. But it's just like the reverence, you know, like the lore, how important he is like to the overall history of Zelda. Like I
Yeah,
can't
I understand
deny
that.
that.
I understand that. You respect the historical impact he has on the series, the game, the gaming industry, all of that. I
Yeah.
understand. I'm not mad at that at all.
But yeah, but like as far as like who would be my favorites, it would be like Breath of the Wild, Tears, Twilight Princess, and then my nigga Wind Waker.
I have him fourth
That my
because he's the
nigga
most
brother trying to
expressive
get his
Link.
sister
He's the
back.
most expressive Link, and I like how expressive he is. He just wanted to save his
Yeah,
sister,
bro,
bro.
that shit just felt so personal for him. It
Yeah.
was just so personal for my nigga, bro. He wasn't trying to save the world or none of that. He's trying to get his sister back.
And I think
Yeah,
Zelda's
that
at
shit
his
was hard.
best when Link has personal stakes and investment to the people around him. So like saving your sister, right? The people of
What?
Oron Village that you lived with for your whole life. You know, those kids look up to you. So once shit goes wrong, you feel that responsibility to save and protect them and everything of the sort. Then with this game, it's your kind of nightly duty to like Zelda and whatnot. So I always feel like it's more important to have that. Some games don't have that, just like Adventure, Princess, Saver, and like, all right, who?
Yeah,
Zelda?
Skyward Sword's like that too, where it's like my
Yes.
lifelong has gone missing, and I have to go and find her first and foremost.
Because doesn't he, if I remember correctly, he immediately tries to jump after her, right?
Yep.
And who stops you again? Was it Groose? I don't remember who stops you.
The wind just fucking shoots you back up into your bird, and your bird just flies you back.
Yeah. Like he did not. He's like, oh hell no. Like, bro, how are you landing? He didn't think about any of that. His friend got taken and said, oh hell no. Like, yo, that's different. That's literally All Might saying a hero's body just moves on its own without you having to think about it. When remember the first episode when Bakugo got
Yeah.
caught like that's literally the embodiment of that phrase.
No,
Like
that's
frame
that's another reason
one,
why I love
he
that
said,
nigga
"Oh
Link.
nah."
Like that's just another reason why I love that nigga
And
Link.
then
Like
they
that
gave
nigga's
him
just
the
like true
softs
hero
right
through
after.
and through.
Yeah, like Superman and Link are two people that embody like what it is to be like a hero to me. Like I look up to them in that right. Like they're my like golden standard for what it is to be a hero and superhero and shit like that. So we'll see what happens in what I estimate 2028, 27 with the next Zelda game.
2037.
You think we'll get like a remake and or maybe more handheldy one before that, or we think they're just gonna make a next 3D one later?
I think the next Zelda game might actually be a
Top
handheld
down,
type
like a
game.
top down one, right?
Yeah, top down.
Would you guys hate that? I
love
wouldn't
to
hate
see.
that. I wouldn't hate that. I still like those type of
I
games.
wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it at all.
I wouldn't hate that just as long. This is gonna be weird. As long as it's more Minish Cap than Link to the Past, I'll probably. It's like actually
Look,
having
hey,
played
look.
having played Link to the Past again recently, I think I like Minish Cap more than it at this point.
They
We're
could
all
drop
in the
a
same
Minish Cap
camp.
remake and I'll be good.
We're all in the same camp because we all like Minish Cap. Minish Cap is one of the handheld ones that people don't seem to like a lot, but I like that game. With the
I have to replay Minish Cap too just to see if Kinstones are as annoying as other people claim they are. But as of playing Link to the Past again recently, I'm like, I don't know.
I don't even think I don't even think Link to the Past like. I think it's a great game. I understand people like it so much. It's so many people's favorite, but I don't think I actually don't think it aged that well. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
There it is. Agreement again. I had the same. Like it just feels dated to me. And some of these dungeons are just bad. Like the ice dungeon, trash. Like actually just bad.
And that one boss fight where the thing just hits you off, I'm like, holy fucking shit, man.
Yep.
Bumper cars, like holy fuck.
If we do go back to a top down game, would y'all prefer it more like what was the last one, A Link Between Worlds, where like you can
It was
you
technically
go
Triforce
one-
Heroes, but I know what you mean. Like yeah, like in that art style, you mean? or more like old
No,
schooly?
not the art style, but like how you could go to like any dungeon you want. Or, like
Yes.
Link could go to like a shop and he buy the weapon like he needed, and then just go into that dungeon. Would y'all prefer that?
I would take a more open style in that sense, but like you said, like you could do them in any order, but the dungeons themselves have a linearity to it and like actual set pieces and crafted cinematic moments and things like that. Like you go into a room, the door behind you locks, and there's a dark nut you have to fight. Like I'd like it like
Yeah.
that. But that was a
But,
very interesting
I
with
think
Rabio and stuff, and then he was actually the low real version of Link and shit. That was dope.
I think that how the 3D open world shit is like with shrines and them just giving you your items like from the beginning is going on for like that type of Zelda. I think that like that format where you can just go and get an item and then go straight to the dungeon. I think that would work well for the top down format. But
I hope the next 3D one isn't. I think there's zero chance of it not being open world, but I hope the open world is less big.
I
in
actually
the next 3D.
I agree with that.
I'm not.
I was saying cut the fat. There's a lot of extra fat there that you don't need.
Even
It's not.
even just in the base Hyrule map, I hope it's smaller.
It's interesting. I think Hyrule itself is a decent size itself. But yeah, I almost feel like if we had just I don't know. I do think the game is a little bit of quantity over quality because it's just big. Like I
Yep.
really was shocked with how intricate and deep and long some of those caves were. I'm like, holy shit, I'm not done exploring this cave yet. Like I'm still breaking these dumbass rocks. Now they blue. They take even more work. Like, yo, stop. I had
Hey,
enough.
I think we talked about this, but is Gorondia fucking the old Goron City? Like if this was the same timeline, wouldn't that be just fucking Goron City from like Ocarina of Time or like Twilight Princess?
Again, I think
Uh,
we kind of started off talking about this, and I think you and I both agreed one of two things happened. This is so far down the timeline that it doesn't really matter. Like it's just um or it's like a soft reboot, and this is its own universe and its own retelling of the beginnings of Hyrule. I don't know if it falls into the Hyrule story timeline. I don't care about the timeline at all, so I don't care if it is its own thing or not. But I would like some confirmation. It will just do a lot to just ease my mind a little bit. It's like, yo, listen, I know we had the timeline, but we're not doing that no more. I'm like, yo, it's fine, brother. 'Cause some people think there was
I
a
wouldn't be
timeline
mad at
convergence. I don't know. I don't know how that
yeah.
works. So I don't know, but I
All I
hear.
know is that
Yeah.
all I know is Skyward Sword started it all. That's all I'm.
it.
That never
Because
changed.
Hyrule
That'll
has been destroyed multiple times, so this is just like the third or fourth iteration of Hyrule. Because I've been to New Hyrule in Spirit Tracks, like I've seen it. So where Tetra and Link after Phantom Hourglass go and rebuild Hyrule. So the Rauru stuff, like we were saying earlier, threw us for a loop because we're like, that's not Rauru. Rauru a balding ass nigga. Like who's this?
He's a
Who are
sage.
you?
Turning Rauru from a human sage who's like barely done anything into that motherfucker is like Jesus.
Mhm.
This is such a big change.
Mhm. This man has been streaming for the entire day. I went to sleep, woke up when he's still online. Third stream. What's up, Katan? What's up, brother? This is crazy because like I gotta be working at 6 a.m. So I'm about to die, but it's fine. Like I said, I'll lose sleep for Zelda. It's fine. It's okay. I took a nap today. Um, no, I didn't. That's a lie. That was yesterday. Um,
I'll say right now,
yeah.
it might not even be by the end of the year. I don't think Tears might even be like the 5th best game I've played. I'm not gonna
I actually
lie.
don't foresee. I don't actually. I can't see jumping beneath fourth. I don't. I have
I'm telling
I
you
have a
right
feeling
now,
I'm gonna have a really good time with Nine Ninja Shadow, but I don't know. I don't think
Nine
they're
Years
gonna.
of Shadow is going above that bitch. I'm telling you right now.
It don't feel right. I need to say Zelda's the best game of the year. It feels wrong. Like I wrestled so hard with that. I'm like, no way. I think it's
Like
third now after playing Sea of
I've had
Stars.
I've had so much fun with Baldur's Gate 3 and Armored Core. It's like, and now with Sea of Stars out and 9 Years Shadow, I'm like, I don't know, man.
Baldur's
Like,
Gate 3 is the only game I'm gonna be okay with taking it.
what's your game?
Baldur's Gate 3. That's the only one I can be okay with taking the game of the year.
Yo,
Dude.
what you know about Chained Echoes, man? What you know about Big Dick Glenn?
I didn't play that.
I still gotta play Shane Nichols too.
What you
That's
know
what I'm
about Big Dick Garl? The Garl, my dick. I love Garl. Like Shane Echoes and CM Stars made me love a character so fucking quick. I'm like, yo, Garl? He really was on that platform for 8 hours with a magnifying glass trying to get up here to give me some cookie
Garl-
jar. That's my boy.
Garl's music tax is heavy. I gotta say that now. Like when that motherfucker's theme comes in, oh, it's over.
The
It is
upbeat
over.
thing, but it's just nice because like he's like the charismatic, socially calibrated, extroverted one that people ingratiate. Like they respect us as solstice warriors, but we have that like solstice warriors tax. He's just he's just a good dude that people like. You'll see more as the game goes along. He's a really good character. And honestly, I'm gonna say this. Originally, aside from some remixed themes, one concept and areas you revisited, I was gonna say I think the messenger's unnecessary, but having seen the true ending, oh my god, I feel bad for anybody that played that game. You're not gonna get the same fulfillment and enjoyment that like me and Mikey are getting out of it, because that was crazy. And now I think I know what Team Sabotage is doing, and I have an inclination of what their next game is gonna be. I'm not gonna say anything now. We'll have our Sea of Stars discussion when the time is right, but I'll leave it at that. But I never played the Baldur's Gate games, Armored Core. I never played them either. Like if I played those, I'd want to start at the beginning. I know Armored Core has a bunch of spin-offs. I don't necessarily care about those, but I'd start with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like that's what me and Simba were talking about in
I want
the
to
heart.
talk about just pure fun gameplay. Armored Core 6 is it, man. That shit is fucking like there were times I'd be playing that, killing bosses, like I would just screaming, "I am Gundam" in the middle of that. Like,
Hey,
it was
Glenn,
so raw. What's up?
did you play Final Fantasy 16?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. I only ask because I saw somebody saying like that they were comparing boss fights of Armored Core 6 to 16, and there's like a lot of the fights in 16 are like kind of
Well, I'll say this as somebody that watched a lot of 16, and then not even. I don't even need to play it to know. Not even close. Not even close.
I'm just
Armored
not a
Core
Final Fantasy dude, so like
Same.
I don't
Same.
even know if the game was good or bad. I've literally seen one trailer, but I just don't care about Final Fantasy like that. I don't know. I didn't grow up on it. Like
Final
my
it was
biggest Final Fantasy connection was through Kingdom Hearts, and I don't like Kingdom Hearts anymore. So I just care even less
good.
about
It
it.
was good, but basically
No,
just
I'm
to
not
finish
mad.
my
I'm
point
not
is
saying it's a
that,
bad
like,
game.
a
I'm
lot
just
of
telling
the
you my interest in it is just low.
yeah, no, I feel you, but it was just like a lot of the fights are fucking like you'll spectate a lot. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of
They're
cutscenes and
QT. They're QT shits. That's
yeah,
because they.
and like so I saw somebody saying that basically like the difference between the fights between Final Fantasy 16 and the fights in Armored Core 6 is that you actually you're doing all of the shit that you see that you're watching in Final Fantasy 16, and so that's why I asked if you played 16 because I want to know like if you got that comparison.
Well, like 16s are QT shits, and then for, like I understand the spectacle of wanting to be a giant monster, but when Armored Core 6, you're literally in a mech fighting other mechs or like things like mechs that are bigger than you and like other mechanical creations that are not mechs. Like there's literally a gigantic worm that burrows through ice that you have to fight. Like, and you're just fighting it. Like, there's no cutscene bullshit. You're just going in on ham on that thing.
Mhm.
This is also the first FromSoft game I've ever played, and I was surprised. It was surprisingly easy for me outside of the 4th chapter boss.
The
And
game
like,
looks so fun. It's just
fun.
against it's just a completely against my principle to hop into the 6th iteration of a game when there's 5 or 4. I can't do it.
I'm telling
I
you,
I'm not gonna
have
lie,
to start.
that
I
was like a
have to
bad
start at
game.
1. I have to start at 1. I'm debating getting into it. I haven't even said like no. I'm never gonna play it. I'm not there. I want to, but I gotta play the other ones first. I just have to
From
do it.
what
It really does look like the perfect mech game. That shit's
From
crazy.
what I've seen, 6 might be the greatest mech game of all time, and the gameplay style seems so different to the other Armored Cores that I have
It's
personally
fine.
seen.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
I'm not gonna lie. Now you're not gonna like Armored Core 1. You're not gonna like the first one. You're not gonna like that shit.
You don't know
Like
that.
it's
I'm old
it's
school.
on PlayStation. It's on PlayStation 1.
I know that. I
It's
know
on
that. I know that.
PlayStation 1. you use fucking the fucking back buttons as your as the cameras. You know, like, bro, that shit's ass.
Damn, we not spinning with the other stick. We're back to the triggers to the camera. Oh, that's old
Yeah.
school as fuck. And again, it's the same thing with Metal Gear and same thing with Resident Evil. I could have hopped to 7 with Ethan Winters or 8 with Ethan Winters. I said no. I'm going to the first game. And I haven't played 7 or 8. I played up to 6 with Code Veronica and all that stuff in between, and I had a great time. Same thing, Metal Gear. I went to the MXX, first one at Zanzibar Land and stuff, and then I went to obviously Metal Gear Solid. Then
Yeah.
I think it's Twin Snakes and Snake Eater. I actually just watched Peacemaker or Peace Walker or whatever. I didn't care to play that one. Plus, I had to figure out how to get it on my PSP or whatever because I didn't. I'm like, I just watched the cutscenes and then I didn't. I had already played 4, and Revengeance, and I just kind of watched the cutscenes for 5 because 5 I didn't care about.
I'll just with Armored Core, there is no feeling like getting full stagger on a motherfucker and just dashing in with a melee weapon and getting your full combo off on that
Let
thing.
me tell you something, Glam. I was an anti-mecha guy for the majority of my life until like through Gurren Lagann, through Neon Genesis, through I guess Code Geass, Gay Ass, and like some other stuff. I got appreciation for it, then like some Transformer stuff and Mech Cadet U and ever. I'm no longer anti-mecha. I can't say I seek them out, but I'm anti-mecha. But playing in a mecha has never not been raw, no matter the size of the mecha. I'm talking custom robo, itty bitty mecha. You throw in a little thing and you're fighting on the GameCube because it's more like a Yu-Gi-Oh type duel thing. You customize your little robo and they're smaller. I never not enjoyed playing it. You know how much I talk about Xenoblade Chronicles X. When I got my fucking Skell and I was flying through the air, I said,
Chained
"Son,
Echoes.
Chain Echoes. I got my Sky Armor. I'm bricked up. I'm like, yo, let's go. I got the Sky Armor, dog. Like, it's never like I watched like the clips people are posting on Armor Core. I'm like, this shit looks so fun, but I can't be a hype beast. I gotta go in order. I gotta go in order. After telling people don't skip JoJo parts and da this, da I can't be the hypocrite that just jumps with the Armor Core 6. I can't do it, blood.
To be fair though, like with From Software games, you can jump into any of them hoes at any point.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's Easter eggs, and I know that's not that important, but I like catching them. I know it's stupid. I know it's a stupid thing to harp on, but like, yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, Buster.
No,
Yeah, because like
yeah.
I'm pretty sure like the main character that you play in Armored Core 6 is like the same one that you've been like since the first game.
No, it's not. As far
It's
as
not.
it's not. As far as I'm
Oh,
aware.
okay. So I saw something like that. Like they were
Because like with
you get the fucking
Xenogears, Xenosaga, and
like that.
Xenoblade, right? Like something as small as like BLADE, right? Like I think that was the organization that you used in X, but in 2, though much as I don't like that game, the weapons you are used called blades. Like, oh, it's a callback to that. It's a callback to this. Oh, you have a Monado. That's a callback to Shulk. Oh, you have this. That's a callback to my you Prince Zeke. You're a callback to Prince fucking why I forget I can't remember his name right now from Xenogears. Like me being able to catch those stuff just tickles my butt a little bit. Like, oh, I like that. Like, ooh, a little Easter egg there. Like, ooh, like I just like that. Like
I
Final
feel you,
Fantasy, they're all self-contained games except like the Lightning trilogy, I guess. But like, I know I see things. I'm like, yeah, this is a callback from the 6th game. That's pretty cool. This character is in a Kefka color scheme. Like, I know it's not a big deal, but I care about that shit. I don't know why. I just do. I want to catch
Also
it.
say I
respect
played Ace Combat 7 earlier this year too. Dog, that shit's fun.
I don't even know what
I
that
didn't
is.
expect it. I didn't expect for me to like it as much as I did. Like I thought I'd have a good time, but by the ending mission, I was like, this shit is raw. All I'm doing is flying a jet around. But by the time of the end, I was like, yeah, Trigger, you gotta go fucking fly through a space elevator, save the world from these drones. I was like, this is gas. This is fucking goated.
Yeah, like I said, playing as Max never not gonna be gas. Always gonna be raw. I will get in the robot if I'm playing. 100%.
Being
All right,
called
I got a question.
Raven, being called Raven while piloting a mech. Oh my god, erect.
I'll make my name Mula Flaga. It's one of my
After y'all
favorite
finish
names of
Armored
all
Core,
time, bro. Mula Flaga. I said, I don't know who he is. He's the one. My friend's like, why do you do like, bro? What's a better name than Mula Flaga in this series? Name one. Yeah, look at you. Can't name one. That shit raw. That shit raw. What's that other? There's another game that I played on Switch. We were in the Mecca, and I had so much fun with the demo, but that game ran at like 2 frames per second. I couldn't buy it. What was it called? Do you remember, Alan?
nah.
Hold on, I'll find
Hmm.
it.
After y'all finish Armored Core, y'all playing any other From Software games or not?
A very good friend of mine that Naya knows about wants me to play the shit out of the rest of the titles. But I don't know. I got other things on my plate. If I ever do play them, I am for sure skipping Dark Souls 2. That is not getting played.
No, I wouldn't even recommend. The only one I'd recommend, honestly, is Sekiro. That's my favorite one.
And if I'm playing FromSoft games, I'm definitely prioritizing Dark Souls 1 and 3 above Sekiro, Elden Ring, and Bloodborne. That's just me, though.
I feel that.
Daemon
I'm
Ex
about to say,
Machina.
That's the series.
Daemon Ex Machina.
Oh, bro, I played that shit too. That shit ran slow as fuck.
Yeah, that like I was having fun, and like the character customization was incredible. I'm like, oh, I can be actually black, like not even fake black. Like you got nigga hairstyles for real, for real. But I was like, bro, as soon as there's like 2 beams on stream, I'm like, where did my frames go? Where are they at, Nintendo? This is fucking Violet and Scarlet. Like what? Where are the frames? This shit is not running. It's frozen. Oh my god. Shit funny. Shit funny, bro. But yeah, man, mech games are good. I do want to get to Armored Core. We'll see what I do. You never know. Someone just gives me the game, I might just play it. But because I do plan on trying Elden Ring. It's gonna be my first real Soulsborne game. But that's all next year shit. I'm not this year. I'm focusing on getting through the games I want to get through. I got through Wavetail and Soldiers and Sea of Stars. I'm on 9 Years of Shadow. Then the only reason I keep telling people I Bomb Rush Cyberpunk would have been beaten already if I didn't when I went to that store and I saw $51 CAD and said, yeah, no. It's actually the same reason I haven't played River City Girls 2 yet. I said $50. You got me fucked up. The first game was $19. Hell no.
This man gonna play 9 Years of Shadow and just be absorbed, man. I'm calling it now.
It's part of the reason why I didn't start playing it yet because I'm like I need to. I feel like if I start it, I'm gonna be like I can't even go to work, bro. I need to focus.
I remember when I showed you some of the soundtrack that one time, I'm like, yo, this music's going crazy.
Bam. I turned the game on and the menu music was. I literally fell asleep to the music. I just turned it up on my Steam Deck and went to bed. And had that shit playing out loud.
I tried to tell you, man. This shit's a banger.
And she looked like Athena.
I did. I booted up the game and I sat at that menu for like 20 minutes. Like I couldn't stop listening to it.
Oh god.
That game is so raw.
It's based on first impressions. I don't think Sea of Stars has a better soundtrack. Tell you that much. I like the Sea of Stars soundtrack, but based off that first impression, I was like, you might have been capping.
I'll just at the point that I'm in Sea of Stars, they haven't missed a single time. So I don't know.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard. Those 2 games are definitely fighting for best OSTs of the year.
Mm-hmm. I love indie games, man. I love how much charm and effort they put into making a good experience, even if it's only like 10 hours. It's just,
bro.
I'll take a 10. Like I was telling my stream, I'll take a meaningful, quality 6 hours over 6 hours of just quantity and busy work.
9 Years of Shadow was so fucking good and engaging. It was one of the only games I've ever 100%ed, and I did. Oh god, dude, when
Sea
you
of
start
Stars
swinging
was one of the
Albert,
first games I almost did that with. I actually checked my thing. I have 40 out of 42 achievements, so there's something I didn't do. I think I didn't cook every single meal. I didn't realize I didn't do that. I don't even know. I think I have all the recipes though, so I couldn't just get that. But there's one thing I didn't do. I don't know what it was because I think I found every chest. I did everything. I did everything. But
bro, when you start swinging that halberd and getting these suits,
Oh my god.
Even the Sailor Moon transformation at the beginning of the game moved me, bro.
This shit's so gas.
Don't tell me anything about it, but how did you like the story itself? Was it solid, good, serviceable?
I'm saying bare minimum good.
Okay.
That's where I got it.
So I'll be in there. I'll be in there soon. It's Thursday now, so yeah, probably just started on Friday and game until Monday. So Friday, Saturday,
Oh,
Sunday.
I should actually let you know this schedule wise. I no longer have D&D Thursday nights because it's now Monday. It's now Monday evenings, and we end at like 10 p.m. now. So whenever streams be happening, I can be up later at night now.
Okay, bet. I haven't. This is the first late night stream I've done in a really long time, all things considered. But all right, bet. Because Friday's usually the night, so I'm like, I'll do a late night stream. But you know me, on Friday I go out and shake my ass. So
Yeah,
but there'll be no more ass shaking because there's no more women. I hate them all. I hate
fucking DJ over here.
I hate them all. Pure misandry is oozing from my body, and I have no more energy for women until 2024. I'm done for the year. So I'll be around. But then again, sometimes I just go play games with the homies because when the TMNT DLC dropped for the Shredder Zero Dimension X, we went pretty hard while we were watching the UFC fights and shit. So, and then we did a couple of runs of Double Dragon, and then now that we've finished River City Girls and River City Girls Zero, we're gonna run the 4 to 6 man River City Girls 2. So, and those guys all live in my neighborhood, so not like I'm going far. But I should be around more often for these Fridays and for the latter half of the year. And plus, once it's winter, I'm not leaving. I don't leave the house in winter. So he said, "Huh, winter? What's that? I tank hurricanes. Yeah, I know.
I tanked another one just like a week ago.
Oh yeah, you guys are good though. Nothing, no damage or anything.
That bitch was a big storm, and ain't nothing.
Okay, that's crazy. My governor fell off though.
He fell off? What happened?
Oh no, he just that presidential campaign is pathetic. I think it's not serious.
Oh yeah. The way I know it's pathetic is that I've heard nothing about it.
Yeah, the guy is Vivek, but also I did hear some people kind of say that he actually posturizes a lot. Like he'll say the right thing and be like, "Yeah, we're gonna take it down," and doesn't really follow up after the initial attempt or something like that. I'm like, damn, my governor falling off.
That
Oh
does sound
dang, it is what it is. But anyways,
although that sounds
anything?
like every game.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say about Legend of Zelda? Wrap it up so I can go to sleep and not die tomorrow.
That shit good. You'll probably win Game of the Year this year, but if Baldur's Gate does, oh my god, the slander pack's coming out. If Baldur's Gate 3 wins Game of the Year, there will be people I will be finding and I will be trolling the ever living shit out of.
Well, at least it's not me because I picked Chain Echoes. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe because that would have hurted me if I'm like Zelda, let's go. But honestly, I don't really care about Game of the Year like that. But I'm like, damn.
The only reason I care now is because this year for sure, the Simi Naya glam absolute headassery. Fucking what was the shit what was that one game? Slitterhead. I was like, yo, this is the vagina game.
Right? I'm like, what is all this coochie imagery? What's going on?
It was like the bitch in the alley, and what was it that I said? It was like hello, sir. Would you like some pussy?
Now that was easily one of the funniest nights of all time. Like I think about it all the time and I laugh. Like me, Simi, and Simi's sister are cracking up, bro.
Simi, I don't know how many times I was like, yo, they got black people in this one.
What was the other joke we kept making?
He was so mad that we both left when Space Marine was shown.
Cause my ex was calling me on FaceTime and stuff, so I was trying to go in between, so.
And I was talking to my parents, and he was like, bro, I popped so hard, and none of y'all were there. I was so upset.
All right, chatters. Y'all be safe. I'm out. I'm tired. Goodbye.